Okay. Good morning once more, ladies and gentlemen. I know the breakfast smells good, but at least let's do our opening prayer first. We always pray first. So for those of you who haven't met me or you don't know me, my name is Her Royal Highness Honorable Reverend Dr. Pam Wafomano. I go by Reverend Pam, and I'm the visionary CEO and Group Chair of Africa's Brain Bank Global. We are global because our people are global. And I'm humbled to stand here before you on behalf of Africa's Brain Bank's Board of Directors, our management team, all our amazing volunteers, to welcome you to the 6th Annual Africa's Brain Bank Summit and Charity Board. You guys pray for me because I'm supposed to be delivering the keynote tonight, and it looks like some of you took my voice away, so better bring it back. We had an incredible, come tell them about Thursday. By the way, you look amazing. This is my handsome armor bearer, my handsome son, and our country rep for Africa's Brain Bank. You know, so let me tell you guys about Thursday.
Thank you very much. Please, good morning once again. Thursday event was more like meet, greet, and mingle, and it was amazing. It was awesome. In that small space, you should see the gathering of men and women with trophies in their hands, and they were there to share their stories. There was enough food for everybody, enough conversation.
Ghanaian jollof rice.
And at the point in time, we had to eventually plead with people to leave so our mama could have some rest. It was really an amazing program, and I look forward to it next year in Ghana. I learned so much from that particular day. And I believe that was more like a summary of the whole event. Everything was awesome. And I pray that next time you don't miss it. Thank you.
And next time, where will it be?
It's going to be at the center of the world, where the Greenwich Meridian and the Equator crossed. And that is the Republic of Ghana, West Africa. Thank you.
And you can tell he's from Ghana.
Thank you.
So I am going to call up Mr. Charles Anjang to come and tell us about yesterday, and then he will introduce a very important person. He will introduce somebody that is the air that he breathes. So, Mr. Anjang, that looks like a police baton. What do you want him to do with that?
Set up for media.
Set up for media. Okay. While they are trying to set up for media, I'm going to open us up in prayer, okay? Could we rise, please, if you could, if you can? And I also request that everybody puts their phone on silence. The latecomers will have to pay a gate fee to get in here. Heavenly Father, tell you what, Mali, come pray. The Lord said to call you to come and pray, so come and pray. This is Mrs. Lillian Fomano. She keeps trying to use some brand name that I don't know, but my sister-in-law, as I was about to pray, the Lord said to call her to come and pray. So let's hear it for her, Mrs. Lillian Fomano.
Let's pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, our Heavenly Father, we just want to glorify your holy name and to thank you for waking us up. No alarms woke us up. You did. So for that, Heavenly Father, we give you all the praise. Lord, as we are about to begin this session, you are the chief officer here. You are the controller. You are the commander-in-chief at this gathering. Lord, we know that your Holy Spirit has already gone ahead of all of us and straightened out all the crooked ways. Lord, we know that everything that we're going to do here has already been ordained by you. So thank you, Heavenly Father, for your grace is sufficient. We are about to have breakfast. Lord, we pray that we remember those who do not have to eat at this moment, Lord, because you have given us the appetite and the food. We ask that you bless all the hands that have prepared it and replenish the pockets of those who are here. Father in heaven, even before we say it, you already know our intentions. Your grace, Lord, is sufficient. We ask all this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. You guys didn't hear her last name. She's married to a prince. So you may be seated. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Anjang, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Please clap for this, my amazing brother. He's going to come and tell you, those of you who didn't make it to Wall Street yesterday, will come tell you what you missed. And Miss Claudia, where are your LA people?
They're coming. We're still anytime.
And Maryland, no, they need to come. All right. I did a clap for you. I didn't hear the clap. Please, where's your wife? Huh? Okay, all right. You're not supposed to leave it. She's very pretty. Somebody can kidnap her. But all right, eventually tell us what happened yesterday morning. We had yesterday evening, but I want you to talk about yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Listen, I think yesterday the spirits of Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the spirits of Martin Luther King, and Kwame Nkrumah, all Du Bois, all those people came together and it took us to the New York Stock Exchange under the leadership of Mansa al-Kush, who's al-Kushi, okay, who is the founder of the Kush country in Northern Africa, the Kingdom of Kush. So it was a very historic moment for all of us because at that particular center, the New York Stock Exchange is where our people were traded. As formerly enslaved people were traded. And that was the business of the stock exchange back in the day. So to witness Africa's brain bank come from all over the Pan-African communities to come and go back to the stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, this time not to talk about the ills of the past, but to talk about how we can now collaborate and no longer be the product, but be the stock owners. That was a phenomenal event yesterday morning. I want to thank you all for being there. Thank you, Reverend Pam, for making that possible, because thank you so much, because when they say you have vision is to be able to bring those moments to life, and that was something else. Now to talk about my boss. Yes.
Correct man, you live long.
Yes. She is my boss. She is the founder. She is the principal editor. She's an award-winning journalist. And she's also an AI consultant.
Clap for her.
Yes, an AI consultant. She's been working tirelessly to connect the $46.3 million first generation immigrants with brands in America and all over the world, like Tap Tap Send, Walt Disney, the city of Los Angeles, and many more that need to connect with this market that represents a $1.6 trillion purchasing power. And so she's been doing that for over 20 years, and I'm humbled to be her husband and her partner. And she's my lovely wife, Miss Pamela Asobo Anche.
I just found out that you were the boss.
She's the president of the company.
But did you hear what Douglas said? She found a vice president. Did you hear what? Let's clap for this man.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah.
I wanted to say something. Yes. Please, you can go get breakfast, but I want her to say something about last night. For those who were not here before, but feel free, we already prayed, breakfast is open, but I want her to say something, and she's going to be running the show this morning. She's always busy anyway, she's been doing a lot. If there was an MVP of this event, she's right here. So let's clap for her. But I wanted to say something about last night, and please feel free to go get your breakfast.
Well, thank you, Reverend Pam. But before I say something about last night, can I just say something about my amazing husband?
Yes, please.
He's the real, he's the real deal. Yeah? He's the real deal. He's a man.
That's why you're shining like that.
And you know what? I'll take it. It's good to give people their flowers while they're still alive. I have a husband that's a partner, a friend, a mentor. He says I'm the president, but actually he's the teacher.
That's right. The president's teacher.
Yeah, he's the teacher, so I don't know. He's the real president, right? He's the coach. Maju can testify right there. Anybody that knows us knows that you don't see him without me, you don't see me without him most of the time. It's because I lean on him.
That's right.
Right? I lean on him for support. I lean on him for clarity. I lean on him for when times are kind of like when I'm feeling discouraged. And he'll say, we can do this, you can do this, get up and go. I remember some really trying times when this vision was birthed to me. I think the only reason I'm the president is just because God gave me that vision to serve. But the person that actually nurtured it, you need a mentor when you have an idea, you know, and for me, fortunately, it was my husband. Now I think without him being my husband, he would have still been my mentor because he's so good at what he does. I always want you to know that, and I appreciate you, baby. So, and I just met Charmaine, my sister from Jamaica. I thought she was from Kenya. You know, again, like yesterday, we agreed that we're just, I think someone said it very well, that we're black people. Doesn't really matter where we're from. We are black people, we're people of African descent. And Charmaine, again, how did she meet me? Through Charles. It's always him, you know. And I'm so grateful to be here. And Reverend Pam said to say something about yesterday. It was an amazing experience, inspiring. We had some amazing, transformative, phenomenal businesses, innovators. Miss Claudia back right there, right is little sis. She's my little sis. I call her my little sis, which is, she couldn't be my daughter, I think. But this young lady is a titan. I don't think she knows her power and her strength. And today, when we come to things like this, let's let people know who they are.
That's
She
right.
underestimates herself. But
Not
I
anymore.
think it's a quiet power she has. She runs the school. She founded a nursing school, and I saw it go from CNA and now to LVN. Look at her. Absolutely, she's already there. And she has a home care business. That thing is not easy to start it up, to set it up, and get it going. Thank you, Miss Claudia, and thank you for being here. She came all the way from California. And this is her second time. She's a committed, but you don't see her everywhere. You don't see her at parties. Like somebody said yesterday, Douglas said doesn't go to unnecessary parties. She doesn't. She works hard, and I just value you. Thank you for trusting me and being here with me. It's always wherever I go. Thank you so much. Well, my other team is yet to come, but one of my teams.
I hope they're not eating breakfast.
No, one of my crew is here, Dr. Mike. The best in the world.
That's right.
Dr. Mike spoke yesterday, and for those of you who don't know him, he is known as the plastic surgeon to the stars.
And
that's
the
actually how he's
surgeon.
known.
The
He's the surgeon out of Beverly Hills, California.
Wow.
So he didn't get there. I've had the privilege of interviewing him in his theater room, where he put his bag. Go on Team TV, you can find it there. And we talked at length and talked about his journey. I'm about to launch a new podcast, Doc, and that one, you have to talk to that one because you're going to speak to a global community. And his story is so inspirational. It tells you how the vision of becoming a medical doctor and then becoming a plastic surgeon. Remember that story that you told me that story? That incident with the lady that had an accident and how it changed her confidence. And that's what got him to do what he's doing. So he is an inspiring doctor, and he's not there for the money. His vision started because of something he witnessed as a child back in Ghana. And today he's a plastic surgeon to the stars. So please give a round of applause. So hopefully we have all this documented. My brother is here. And for those of you who don't know, this is actually my brother. His name is Teneng.
That's right.
And that Teneng name is my grandfather's name, and my grandfather was the king of Pinyin, of our village where we come from. So when I see you, I'm like, this is your Royal Highness right here.
And he's a volunteer.
And he's a volunteer. So let's give him his flowers, because I met him in Los Angeles, but of course we know each other, but he came to Los Angeles for the summit.
Yeah, Africa's
and he's everywhere.
Ghana,
and after he finished the
Nigeria.
work, he documents it and he turns it over. I want you to know, brother, that we appreciate you. Thank you. He's the quiet one behind the camera. You don't see him. Please turn around, let me see you.
Yes.
Please just turn around. He just likes to do his work quietly. But he's a quiet one that are in storm, you know. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. And of course, my brother Francis, the honorable right here.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job. He received us on day one when we got here. He's always a Reverend Pam. You did an amazing job with moderating us yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Wait, you didn't forget that in LA, he was supposed to co-moderate with you, and
Yes.
he dumped all of it on you. Now, guess what? It's all on him. You have been promoted from Friday to Saturday morning.
Thank you. Absolutely, I remember that very well. Well, you know what? He just decided that he'd be passing around the microphone. Passing it on. But thank you, Brother Francis. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. So this is a Pan-African event, and I'm so looking forward to this morning. I hope I capture the essence of it.
Yes.
I just want to give a shout out to my sister Judith. Dr. Judith, please rise, sis. Yeah. This woman is another phenomenal. When I say, listen, I'm not just throwing, these are not words you just throw, but this room is only full of phenomenal people. That's why this summit is so important, because you meet those that do things. She, against all odds, is here.
That's right.
You have no idea.
Dedication.
But she's always carrying that smile, regardless of situations. Her reasons for doing what she does. She's a nurse practitioner. She does so many things. She's a businesswoman. She does all these amazing things with a smile, and with, like, we all have challenges. Yeah. Everyone has their challenges, but my sister is here, and she went into this field. She told me, remember you told me, Maju, why you got into this, to take care of. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, please, let her come on.
Please. I don't want to feel like I'm outing anybody, so please don't speak if you don't want to, but we're here to inspire each other, and I want you to know that you are supported and loved, and we see you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thanks for giving me the mic for a few minutes. I'm a nurse practitioner. I have 2 children with special needs, so that changed my industrial microbiology, creating lipsticks.
And you have 100 degrees.
Don't forget about
She
that.
collects degrees.
I went to nursing just because of my 2 kids. But I want to say there's another hero, my hero in this room, that same lady right there,
Wow.
Miss Gloria. I'll tell you one little story. After my daughter was in the hospital for 4.5 months, and it was time for her to get out, rehab 2.5 months out of the 4, we needed someone to take her home, a caregiver, and discharge was in 3 hours, and I had no one. She came through. She sent me someone out of nowhere. I had not even known that she existed by that time. And she just came out, linked in on my phone, just like that, and she gave me someone.
Wow.
Thank you. And the rest
be standing here without the connection of my lovely sister, Marlene.
Yes.
Marlene, please stand up. Sometimes you don't get a chance to tell people thank you. I don't want to get emotional.
Please cry, have tissue.
But Marlene is one of those people. I was her small in school, one of her smalls in school, boarding school. And you'll be surprised the impact that you have on children, people that look up to you. So be careful. All she ever had was love when other seniors were hazing people. She never hazed anyone. She made school, boarding school interesting. She loved to sing, she was choir mistress, she was sports prefect. I don't remember you, Marlene, punishing anybody.
She maybe did it at night when you were doing
Why should I punish me? But Marlene, the reason I wanted to write because without you, I would not have known Reverend Pam. That's why I wanted people to know the connection. Thank you so much. And I thank you also for seeing her vision and for supporting her vision. Because sometimes when we have these gifts that God gives us, sometimes family and friends, you need all the support. You need all the wind to blow you and keep you going. And sometimes where you expect it to come from is not where you get it.
That's right.
But the fact that you are here, it's made all the difference. So I know that you'll be the messenger. Thank you. So I think I've captured the essence of what has happened the last few days and yesterday.
Yeah.
And well, we'll eat breakfast now.
Yeah, DJ can play some
So
music.
let's enjoy ourselves and let's network, get to know each other. Don't leave here without a connection. Okay? Thank you so much and enjoy.
Thank you.
Yes. For all Africa, all black people, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. For all black people, for sunshine coming to all black people in the world, put your hands together. And for the whole world, not just black people, everybody, that we shall come together as black people and join the world and make the world a better place. Because together, we are the power we need and we are the change we seek. And today, I'm so happy to see my people from Ghana, the land of Kwame Nkrumah. If you're from Ghana, make some noise. Listen, in 1963, that guy ignited the Pan-African Union. And today we sit here in the United States of America, one of the best surgeons in the world from Ghana. Isn't that a blessing? Thank you. Even Francis from Ghana as well. Have you almost been to Ghana? Beautiful country, they're trying. And the powerhouse of Africa, Nigeria, are they here? We have some Nigerians in the house? Niger, the powerhouse of Africa. Now from Kenya, Jambo, we have some Kenyans in the house. Aha! There we go. Do we have some Cameroonians in the house? Yeah. What about from Mali? From Mali. Oh! Now, one of the first universities of Africa, University of Timbuktu, the land of Mansa Musa, one of the wealthiest people in the world that ever lived. Mansa Musa. So when they tell you Africa people are broke, that's a lie. We are the wealthiest people on the planet Earth, living broke because of ignorance. We are coming back to our generational wealth, right? Oh, yes. If you're from California, make some noise. From Maryland. Oh, yes. From, where else? From United States. Hey, if you are from America and you are from the African American community, make some noise, people. But that's our family here. Yes, and we have the honor to have Miss Africa USA in the house. La beauté africaine. La beauté africaine dans la maison avec nous ce soir. All right. I'm Charles Ancha. I'm the CEO of the Immigrant Magazine. Tonight, we're here because of our very wonderful client, one of the most successful remittance companies to Africa, Tap Send, that we represent here. Pamela is the ambassador to Tap Send for Cameroon and Africa. And so that's what we do. We connect brands with the 46.3 million first-generation immigrants in America and beyond. And we make sure that we connect the immigrant branch with other immigrant branch. So we're here to connect Africa's Brain Bank with Miko surgery. We connect Miko surgery with Comfort Care, Comfort Paradise. We connect them with Mondo Care. We connect them with Easy Training Schools. We connect. That's the key, because once we do these connections, we empower ourselves so we can empower all our Pan-African communities and empower the generations to come. Is that correct? Yeah. Legacy World, our keynote speaker last night, Douglas Eze, is he here? What, brilliant gentleman, brilliant gentleman. He says he just left high school and that was all his education, but I don't believe so. The man he deserves a PhD in financial services. I will give him the honorary PhD in financial services for the service he does to the community and the knowledge he spreads. He's an author, a published writer about financial wealth. It is amazing to see our brothers do that. And we also have the honor of having our ambassador, who is an MD from Nigeria, who I have so much respect for. He's not here yet, but his brother, as Vincent, he'll be right here for supporting this organization for so long and keeping this vision alive. So please remember to support Tap Tap Send, because they made it possible for me to be here tonight. If none of them will not be here. This morning, yes. All right. And so, without much ado, Pam, I think I've done my part. So now I'm going to hand over to the brilliant Miss Pamela Asubo Ancha to take over and start her mission of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Madame Pamela Asubo Ancha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anchang. Just like Brother Douglas said yesterday, he and his wife are partners and friends, president and vice president. You know, it was all right what he said, but like, can the woman be the president sometime? Can we sometimes, we almost had, and this is the mindset, Brother Douglas, that's why we didn't vote for Kamala Harris, because we can't see women as a president. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can be the head sometimes. But you know what? It's all about service. I'm here to serve. Thank you so much. God gave me a mission and a vision to reconcile God's people. Bottom line. Doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your ethnicity, doesn't matter where you came from. We are just one race, the human race. But this summit is about, you know, they say charity begins at home. We need to start charity with ourselves, empowering ourselves. Like I've said, our African diaspora is 350 million strong, but our contributions are 3% strong in the GDP, globally. And that's a problem. Why? Because we don't do this more often. I agree with Brother Douglas, some of those unnecessary parties. I like to party, but sometimes we need to invest our time in doing things that are meaningful and that move us forward. There's no point partying when you are not doing all right. You have to be okay. And our community, our black diaspora, has the potential to impact what is going on in our various countries. My country, for one, has embarrassed me. I'll say it. Cameroon. We have a 92-year-old running for president. That's unconscionable. It's embarrassing. One Ghanaian brother put it, was it Ghanaian? He said, Cameroon is holding Africa back. And he was right. He said, Cameroonians, can you get your act together? I am exhausted. Look at the young people here. By the way, where are my helpers? Miangwi, Biangwi, and Miangwi. No, Angwi and Miangwi. I got it. Come on, ladies. Come on. Yes, come. This is the future. Now I'm coming to the queen. She's the queen. And you should know that we have the youngest demographics in the world, right? Am I right or what? So our youth should be our future, and here they are. I'm so happy that your mommy thought it wise to bring you. How are you enjoying it so far? Me and we, right? Tell us.
I think it's very nice.
Tell them about you. Who are you?
My name is Miangwei.
How old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
What grade are you?
I'm in the 9th grade.
And what do you want to grow up to be?
When I grow up, I want to be a cardiologist or a cardiac surgeon.
What did I tell you, my people? Hey, Dr. Ben. Here they are. Your future. All right, now, here we go. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Anhui. I'm 18 years old, so I'm in my first year of college right now.
Well, you're a freshman. Where do you go?
I go to Coastal Carolina University.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying civil engineering.
I told you guys. You see the future? And we have a 92-year-old running for president. Now, what are these children going to do? We have to do something, but thank you. And you're here to help me today, right? Yes, I have work cut out for you. All right? I'll call you soon. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Take your seats. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the future. We are here to plant the seed. We need to do more of this. I'm hoping that next time we have the Brain Summit, every parent here should bring their children if they can. Okay? Because we have to start now. We have to start showing them the right ropes. Oh, Jala is my helper too. Jala, please rise. And come forward, darling. Now that's my baby. She's the daughter of my big sis. And she looks just like her mom. She walks just like her mom. I'm telling you, you see her, you've seen her mom when she was this age.
Like my brother.
Oh my gosh. You're just showing off now at this point. Thank you. Jala, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, good morning. My name is Jala. I'm 21. Jala Famunam. 21. I'm in my last year of undergraduate, studying to become a dermatologist. I have a pre-professional bio major and a minor in business administration.
Amazing, Dr. B. We're here to connect the brands. Here are the brands. Thank you so much, Jala. And I know you'll be helping me along the way, right? Thank you so much. And now I'm going to go to the Queen. I had the pleasure and honor of being introduced to Miss Africa USA! Miss Portia in the house. Come on, Miss Portia. Now I have to tell you something. Many, many years ago, the founder of this organization, Lady Kate Atabong, out of Maryland, visited us in California. We hosted a pageant in California. Yes, that was so many years ago. Amaju, were you there? Yes, I was. It was an amazing, amazing experience. And our finalists went on to Maryland. Did they win? One of them won, I think. Yeah, I think the finalists came from California. So this has been a labor of love from one of our sisters. Her name is Lady Kate. If you've met her, one of the most dynamic, phenomenal women on earth. Am I right? So I want you to tell us about yourself, what this pageant means to you, and what you intend to do with it.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Are we still asleep? Good morning, everyone. How are you? Let's wake up. Let's wake up. To your excellencies, leadership, and the guests, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Pam, for inviting me. Miss Pamela, excuse me, Dr. Pamela. I just want to say thank you to all of you for allowing me to be here and extending this such grace upon me. I was crowned the Honorable Queen of Miss Africa USA 6 months ago.
Wow.
And as the honorary ambassador of Miss Africa USA, my first mission is always to serve, unapologetically, and also to give with grace, love, and poise, and forgiveness. Wow. And the reason for that is because I truly believe that our younger generation needs to see that in us. Whether you believe it or not, I am 35 years old. I graduated from North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication with a concentration in public relations. Thank you so much. I am a certified entrepreneurship and leadership from Cornell University and a media training certified from Columbia School of Broadcasting. Thank you so much. I have lobbied on Capitol Hill. I am a U.S. federal government and Canadian government marketing professional for the tech industry. I've been doing that for over a decade. Very proud of what I've done. And one of my main things I want to leave you all with today is my quote, which is, let's live, lead, and leave a legacy that we can all be proud of. Thank you so much.
Not so fast, Miss Portia. Thank you so much. We are so honored to have you. Can you tell us your country of origin, because I know the pageant represents different countries?
Absolutely, and I do believe I am the epitome of being Miss Africa USA because I was born here in the diaspora in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My mother is Nigerian, my father is Panamanian. Thank you.
Wow, they could have picked a better one to represent the pageant. Thank you so much, congratulations, and good luck in everything you do. And you know you can count on us. All right.
Real quick,
Yeah.
they were there at the inaugural summit in 2019, kids and her girls. If you go on our website, you will see them. The only reason why they are not all here because their pageant is next weekend.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you'll be there to maybe crown someone. Sure.
Yes, so next Saturday on September 6th in Bowie, Maryland, we will be hosting the 2025 Miss Africa USA pageant. So if you all would like to come, please let me know. Would love to extend the invite to you so that we can honorably crown our next Miss Africa USA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Portia. That's what I'm talking about, making these connections. You know, they say we don't work together, but here at Africa's Brain Bank, we work together, right? Yes, we raise each other up, we shine the light, we give flowers to those that deserve it, and we inspire others to do likewise and to shine themselves. Yesterday was phenomenal. Today is going to be even better, I believe, because the panelists for this morning are out of this planet. But before I do that, I want to acknowledge Miss Gloria from Easy Training Schools. She was, no, I don't want to use that word phenomenal anymore. She was just transformative yesterday. Her vision and mission and how she decided to be here is remarkable.
Yes.
Thank you again for being here, and I hope you're having a wonderful time. Has it been all worth it? Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope this has been worth it for everyone, and if it's been worth it, then next year, you will make sure that you bring at least 5 people to the summit. Can we commit to that? That should not be difficult at all. Because if you feel that this summit is doing something for you, then you want it to do better for others. I do understand that some young men here from my golden state, if you are from California, please rise. I mean the young men, they know who I'm talking about. It was whispered in my ears. All right, young men, please come forward. I was like, oh, I got some men in the house. See, these are my guys from California. Can you please, gentlemen, tell us, you live in California, but you came for the summit. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you thought it was important to be here?
Yeah, absolutely. How's everyone doing? Great to hear. Super inspiring to be here. My name is Travis Damuth, serial entrepreneur. Definitely came here to make sure that I could not only just soak this up, but see how we can participate in a much grander fashion. I think we could definitely help bridge the gap with just bringing more youth, and then hopefully just be able to share some of what we've been doing and building along the way. So I'm super excited to see what we can do together. Hopefully that answers.
What city in California?
What city? Temecula, if you know where that is. It's sort of wine country. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, all right,
Southern
yes.
California.
Exactly, yeah.
That's where I'm from.
Awesome. Here you go.
Hi, my name is Edgar Kunde. I'm from Minnesota, but I live in San Diego. You know, the reason why I came here is because, you know, when I think about this opportunity, I think about legacy. And with all the knowledge and resources that we have here, it's our job to be able to pass that on with our opportunity to connect with universities and students and different founders of such. We just want to make sure that we give them a great outlet. And, you know, next year it's bring 5 people, but, you know, I want to bring 500. So I think it's going to be really exciting to see how we can take this organization and just continuously grow with it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Konde was there. Wow, and he brought his brother here. He brought you? Wonderful, you see, so next year he's going to bring 500. How many are you going to bring?
I mean, we're going to work on 500 again.
It is a tall order. Well, thank you, Konde. What city are you out of, California?
San Diego.
San Diego and Temecula. Thank you so much. So when we go back home, we work on that. Okay, I want to stay in touch. Thank you so much. Has it been all worth it being here, though? Thank you so much. All right. All right, now let the party begin. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. I want to thank you all for being with us. Again, I represent Tap Tap Send, and I'm going to have my helpers come forward, and I want them to do a little assignment for me as the symposium continues, as we start. If you look on your tables, you'll see the flyer from Tap Tap Send. Like I said yesterday, it's a remittance company that has sponsored me and enabled me to be here. And if they've done so and you want me to be at the next one, hopefully in Ghana, that they can do it in a bigger way. So Angwi and me, Angwi, please come forward, Jala, if you want to. Please. So this is what I want you ladies to do. I want you, as the symposium continues, I want you to go to everybody and make sure, Reverend Pam, this is a serious assignment. Make sure that everybody has this app downloaded on their phones and this code ABB put in when it says when it prompts them to put a code in. You don't have to send any money out just yet, but put that code in so that it will register that Reverend Pam did what she promised. I promise you, Reverend Pam had a meeting, a Zoom meeting with the director of Tap Tap Send, and that was something that she agreed to, and I don't want to leave here with failure on that part. We must do our part. So if we are able to register just Tap Tap Send on our phones and put the code in, guess what? Next year, Tap Tap Send will sponsor again. Do we have that agreed upon, please, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. I know that we are older and sometimes we forget, so that's the reason I'm sending them to you, just to make sure, because sometimes tech is a little hard. That's why I am an AI consultant, throw that in. So please, ladies, make sure everybody has this on their tables. You can split yourselves up. One person can take this side, one person can take the middle, one person can take the other side. So organize yourselves and just go around, and if they don't have it, we have plenty on the table, okay? So thank you so much, Jala. Thank you, me, Angwi, and Angwi. Thank you so much. All right? So, thank you. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let's do what we're here to do. Thank you again. And this summit, this symposium, is called, the theme of today's summit is, of the symposium, sorry, the discussion, is Africa's greatest resources, its people. Africa's greatest resources, what? Its people. Stop the brain drain. And we're gonna stop the brain drain through our conversation. Did you have something? And I was just informed that breakfast is till 10:30, please, and there's plenty to eat. Don't let them take that food away. If you are hungry, you need breakfast, please feel free to go help yourselves. We only have probably 15 minutes before they take the food away. So get something. And by the way, the sausages are delicious. Oh my gosh. The bacon, not so salty. The egg whites, amazing. That's what I had. And I had a nice beverage to go. So thank you so much, and let's begin this conversation. I do not have the bios of my speakers, But they will introduce themselves and they will engage in conversation that hopefully will be inspiring, informative, and entertaining as well. I like fun. I don't like too much severe education. I like when the teacher is fun. You know what I mean, Miss Portia? Yeah, you know what, next time, maybe one of these summits you'll be doing this. How about that? Amen. That's mass communication. Right there. So, without further ado, I want to introduce the first speaker, or my first panelist, actually. Dr. B. Tazong Fomondam. Dr. B, please, are we going to play some music as they come along? DJ, by the way, before I do this, I want to give a shout out to the DJ. Where is he though? Let's give a shout out to the DJ. He's been making this summit fun, you know, lightening up the mood, even though we're talking STEM and STEAM and all whatnot, but we're doing it and having fun at the same time. And I really want to give a shout out to the founders of this organization again, and those that started it and brought us all along. So thank you all. Mr. DJ, thank you. Give us something to wow us up, to get us going. Da 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 da. Mr. My brother, you know when I say it right, they don't believe me. They think because I'm wearing this t-shirt. How about you say it?
If you never download tap send and they use Lemify, no Lemify. Alright, Lemify, tap send is better.
That's right.
I just put $1,000, right? For tap send now, 1,533,000 naira.
But Douglas, I don't use Naira. You sent it to the wrong person.
No. Send that to my Zenith account for Nigeria.
You sent it to the wrong person. You sent it to her.
So make sure you get your tap send. Plus you get ABB gets $10 bonus.
Wow.
So make sure you say that they do the thing.
Thank you.
You will not hear that? Thank you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, even the DJ gave me a testimony. Tell me, so, you like tap send, right? Tell them.
You see for yourself. I have the app already, and let me log in and you see how much money I've been sending every day from tap send.
Awesome.
You see what I'm talking about?
Dougie.
Woo! MVP for tap send! Woo! The DJ! That's what I'm talking about. Not only do you get $10 bonus, it's free to send. Mali, what do you have to say?
No, I have an issue, which is the same issue that Tom and I have.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago when you sent me this.
Yes.
And I registered, and my code came to me.
Yes.
And I did put in that code and it didn't work. So to put in ABB now, what do I have to do?
Okay, no. This is for first-time senders. Thank you, Mali. We're just trying to get new people on board. So thank you. That's why I'm acknowledging those that already have it. If you already have it, you don't have to do anything. But if
you do something, they can use somebody else's.
well, you can use someone else's for. Maju, what? Okay. Wonderful. So just please put in that code. We just need to know. Thank you, Brother Douglas, for starting this. All right. Thank you. Okay, Dr. B, let's go. Thank you so much. Okay. I heard about that. From South Africa. All right, Dr. B. Do we have 2 mics or just one?
There's more than 2. DJ mic. DJ.
Thank you. Then we can't be doing this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet this brilliant physician. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself, but first, before we do that, Dr. B, how are you doing?
I am a very grateful young lady. I woke up this morning, I'm breathing, I'm talking, I can see, I can hear, everything is working just right. I have the best gift on earth. Thank you.
Wow, all that positivity. We couldn't have started with someone better. We need that energy. We wake up every day, we don't realize. I have a friend that's a medical doctor, and every time you complain, he says, don't complain because I see things. I'm sure as a physician, you see things. So when you think you have it bad, think about people in the hospital and you'll just be feeling so blessed. So tell us a little bit about your practice and why this summit is important.
So I have a very interesting background. I did my training in preventive medicine, and I'm board certified in preventive medicine and lifestyle medicine. But right now I'm practicing dermatology. And it's a very interesting story on how that came about, but I discovered something about myself that I did not know, and it's been an amazing journey. So right now, I think the last 2.5 years, I've been working with the dermatology practice. I'm transitioning now. I'll be working with the med spa, but I'll still be practicing dermatology too. And I think that we have such a shortage of Black people, of Africans in the dermatology field, and we are basically, our skin is basically being ignored. And so it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to work with people on this aspect of their care. Knowing that the skin is actually the largest organ in the human body, and we take it for granted. But it's the only house you actually have to live in, and whatever you do to it, you'll have to take it with you until the very end. So it's important.
Well, for non-STEM people, when she says the skin is the largest organ, we're going, eh? And then she said it's the largest house you have to live in. I'm going, eh? Like Dr. Obeng is like, he gets it, you know. So how is the skin an organ?
So the skin basically, it doesn't just cover everything inside of you. The only thing that separates you from the outside is your skin. And so it doesn't just cover, the skin actually protects, it controls. When places get hot, you sweat. You know, there are different things that your skin does. It absorbs stuff. That's why you can get poisoning through your skin. And so, yes, the skin is a living, breathing, functioning organ, and it needs to be treated as such.
I told you. Thank you so much for enlightening us. So, I mean, so you did your education here in the United States, right?
Yes, yes.
So my question to you is, why did you leave Africa? Was it lack of infrastructure, or do you just love the United States?
So in medicine, when your patient walks in, you always try to level the playing field first. So when I talk to my patient, I try to sit down and stay eye to eye level with them. I'm going to do the same thing today. So I'm going to be specific, but I'm also going to level the playing field. There's only one reason human beings migrate. They're looking for better options. I always say this because my people from other ethnicities, they always think that it's a crime for us to migrate. Every single person, including the Europeans, came here for a reason. It's the same reason we're here, and I tell them that, and that usually shuts down the conversation. We're here looking for greener pastures. Nobody leaves their comfort zone just for fun. We leave because we're looking for better options. And while our nations may be dysfunctional, they are still our comfort zones. We've established relationships, families, and all kinds of things that keep us comfortable. And I think every single immigrant here can agree with me. When you leave your comfort zone and come here, it's a struggle. You have to adjust. You have to get used to things. Your life is disrupted. But there's a reason you make that decision, and it's usually because you're looking for better options, be they spiritual, educational, psychological, physical, emotional, whatever they are. We're looking for greener pastures.
I love that response. I'm going to make you the global ambassador for the Immigrant Magazine, because I've been saying that every time someone sees someone of color or black person, and they're like, why did you leave? And I always think of the Canadians that are here. I think of the Russians. I think of the Brits. I think of all these people from Germany. Why are they here? That's just a ridiculous question, right? But anyway, we digress. So tell me a little bit though, do you feel any guilt in terms of, you know, all this exodus from Africa? Do you feel a sense of guilt about, you know, we're leaving the continent? Yes, we're looking for greener pastures, but do you feel any sense of, you know, you owe the continent something, brain drain? You know, we're here to talk about that.
I think guilt has to do with doing something wrong, and I don't think it's wrong to seek better options. I think it's more of a sadness, you know, that how can we be losing so much when we have so much to offer? That's really what I feel. And The other day, I woke up in the morning and I was just crying. It's the reason why. And I told my husband, I said, I'm thinking about all these people with all these gifts and talents who will never have an opportunity. And so that is what really drives me. I am an example of somebody who would probably never have done as much as I'm doing now if I didn't come here. And I know I'm not the only person. There are so many people who are heavily gifted and talented, and they will never see the light of the day. So that's what drives me every day.
That's a very good response, because I'm sure I can say the same thing. I think if I were in Cameroon, I don't think I would have done or dreamed as big as I dream and be able to accomplish as much as I want to. But now the continent has the brain drain, and I think that's why we're here, because Reverend Pam's vision is the fact that even though we're here, our brains can go back, right? How would that apply to you as a dermatologist?
So I call myself a woman on active duty. I never shy away from an opportunity to help people, unless there's some kind of a special limitation. But every time I have a chance, if I can just enlighten somebody, if I can give them information, if I can empower them, if I can teach them to advocate, I go for it. And my husband can swear by that, because he's always like, let's go. And I'm like, I'm not done, darling. So every time we have a chance with Africa's Brain Bank, with so many other opportunities, let's give back, let's help people. Right here, we've sat here and we've had women who are going through childbirth and they're having eclampsia, and we just gang up and find any and everybody who can help them. We try to help them identify the problems, try to get people to anticipate what kind of things can happen to them and plan accordingly. So while we may not be physically present, the knowledge that we dispense is absolutely critical. And that's why they even use robots now. You can sit somewhere and basically guide a robot and use AI to get things done. And that's what we're also doing from this angle.
Wow. I feel like you're my clone, but in STEM. And I'm glad you talked about AI. Again, I am an AI consultant, and the reason I'm saying this, and I'll keep repeating it, is because there's no excuse now for brain drain. Because thanks to AI, we can empower the continent, we can stop the brain drain. But I want you to talk a little bit how you think the drain has affected public health in Africa.
So I usually like to define stuff, because if you cannot define a problem, you cannot address it. So what exactly is public health? And it's basically health for the public. So if you think about the human population, we always talk about the bell curve, right? You have a curve that starts from a low point and it goes up and down. Most human beings fall in the center of the bell curve. We have a few exceptions at the beginning. Those are the extremes. And while amazing medical interventions help those people, what really helps the human population, and history has shown, the only thing that has really altered the course of the human health is public health. If you think about all the cholera and all those diseases, there's no amount of medication and treatment you can give people to stop that. It's basic hygiene. It's basic public health measures. So public health is critical to protecting and promoting the health of a large percentage of people. You're always going to have people at the edges of the curve. We can take care of them in other ways. But if you're really looking to help a ton of people with little effort, just a lot of good policy, public health is the way forward.
Well, you know, the challenge though is, how do you affect public health in systems that don't sometimes allow us to be able to even contribute?
Well, that's really the problem we have, and that's why I think each of us is an ambassador, a human ambassador. Every time you have a chance, please push for the right thing. Every time you're in a position of privilege or influence, please push for the right thing. Don't say it's not my problem. Every human problem is your problem. The truth is that we are all connected, and we are only as strong as our weakest link. If you have a solid structure but you have a break in that link, that structure is not solid. I never ever think that I'm doing better than the next person, because if the next person is frustrated, pretty soon they're gonna pass it on to me.
I like that. But Dr. B.
Yes, ma'am.
We just talked, I think at the top of the hour, I talked about the position of the diaspora, and even the continent talked about it yesterday, about its position on the global stage. How do you think this drain and the lack of great public health policy affects Africa as a continent or our people on the global stage? Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. So in public health, it's not a one-person movement. It's a global movement. It's an entire group of people. You have different interest groups that contribute to public health. And so when we have a brain drain, it's not just one group of people that leave. It's people with different skill sets, people with different aspects that they can bring to the table to help us implement public health. So public health has what we call the 3 core functions and then the 10 essential functions. And the 3 core functions of public health are assessment, policy development, and assurance. And then under those, we have what they call the 10 essential functions. And so under assessment, we have 3 things. We have monitoring health, we have diagnosing and investigating, and then under policy development, we promote the use of the scientific knowledge base in policy and decision making. So inform, educate, empower, mobilize community partnership, and develop policies. And then finally, we have to do assurance, because what's the point in coming up with policy and implementing if you're not sure it actually works? So assurance now is enforcing the laws, linking provider to care, assuring a competent workforce, and evaluating the effectiveness and efficacy of the things that we have done. So right there, I'm telling you all the things that we're missing. We're missing people in each of those functions. We don't have people that are committed to evaluating. We don't have people that are committed to monitoring. We don't have people that are committed to enforcing. We don't have people that are committed to evaluating. So there you can see where the brain drain is. We have a lot of people missing in the link. And we would benefit well if we can start replenishing those positions.
Thank you so much, Dr. B. Last words. How can we in the diaspora stop the drain then?
We are already on the pathway. We are using the African mind, not just the African mind, we're using the human mind. I'm going to qualify something, because I think one of the things you learn along the way is that we're just all human beings. With a little bit of, melanation. Some people have more than others. That's really what's driving this madness. But the truth is that human beings are human beings. When people came here, a lot of the white slave owners, they took body parts from black people. They took teeth and stuff like that. If we're so low in quality, why are you taking low quality stuff to put on your skin? So let's get rid of that stuff. We are just human beings. We are trying to make it through this life. None of us is going to be here forever. But while we're here, we want to make the best of it. And so every single person has a part to play. There's human knowledge. Nobody owns all the knowledge. Nobody keeps all the knowledge. I call it knowledge is transferred from person to person. And our goal here is to help transfer that knowledge. Our goal here is to empower and educate people and get them moving and realizing that nobody is coming to rescue you. I'm going to say this for Africans especially. We need to understand how human beings behave. The reason why people need us to be vulnerable is because when somebody is vulnerable, they're easy to abuse and exploit. And Africa is ripe for exploitation. We have everything. We have everything. And other people want it without paying us our dues. And so once we come to the realization that, one, nobody's going to rescue us. Number two, they actually enjoy us suffering, because that allows them to do what they want to do. You don't walk into a house where there's a father and a mother who protect their children and do whatever you want. You go to, which children do they abuse the most? Children that are vulnerable. It's the same thing. We are like vulnerable children in this world. And so we need to work on earning our respect and realizing that nobody's going to rescue us. This is on us. We need to stop begging. We need to start utilizing what we already have. We need to stop asking people for help when they don't really want to help us. We have what it takes. We just need to commit.
Woo, 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 woo. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Dr. B. Powerhouse. She is not just a doctor. Don't play with her, okay? She is an activist. You consider yourself an activist?
I'm a full-time activist.
You know what? I believe that. I believe that. I think everybody ought to be an activist. If you're African or black, you should be. Because if you're not, like you said, you'll be vulnerable and someone's going to have you for lunch, right? Thank you so much, Dr. B. I know that a lot of people have questions, but we'll get to questions later. So for now, thank you so much for that wonderful insight, and you were just phenomenal.
Thank you
So much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Dr. B. Reverend Pam, you and your team sure did put a wonderful lineup. From day 1, day 2, day 3, it's just been mind-blowing. Thank you so much. So, Ladies and gentlemen, how are you feeling? I'm sorry. I need someone to help me manage. Okay. So without further ado, so we will just move it along. Let's see who my next phenomenal, remarkable, amazing, inspiring person is. What we'll be talking about. Truly, Dr. B. Okay, I think we will move on with Dr. Abdullahi. Dr. Abdullahi Meng. Okay, wait a minute. I hear we're supposed to dance. No, you know what? I don't like to dance. You have to dance. Thank you, Dr. Abdullahi. Thank you so much, Mr. DJ, and thank you, Dr. Is it Dr. Meng or Dr. Menge? How do you pronounce your name?
Meng.
Oh, Dr. Meng.
Yes, I'm impressed.
Oh, I got it. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Meng, this is not the first time we're meeting. We met in Los Angeles, right?
I didn't make it.
You didn't?
He was on the program and he stood us up.
Ooh,
no.
touche.
She knows.
Ooh, be careful. You know, our women can be fiery and feisty. Do you have a woman in your life who's feisty and fiery?
Yes.
So you know how to handle them, right? What do you do? What do you do when a woman is fiery and feisty?
They know how to handle me, and I'm learning from them.
All right, now wisely answered. Thank you so much. We're so grateful to have you here. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. It looks like we're going to be having a very historical conversation. History laden, apparently so. So first of all, tell us about yourself and, what your interests are in the summit.
Actually, I feel like being set up because after listening to Dr. D, I'm wondering what would I say.
Trust me.
No, but I will start with a little bit about myself, but using what she laid as a foundation. When she mentioned that when we migrate, all of us, we looking for better opportunity, which is universal. In my case, I'm originally from Senegal, and we are a French-speaking country. And even at a young age, I always notice at the school, at the university, when I started doing internship, wherever I go, there is nothing against white people because some white are all right. I said, my boss, John Ford. But wherever you go, you have a white person advising the president, the prime minister, the minister, the school, and it didn't sit well with me as a young child, mostly after I studied about slavery. And when I graduated in 1989, I just dated myself with a master in business management and economics because you don't have the luxury to have MBA in economics. You get your degree back home. I decided to leave Senegal. I was given a scholarship to go to France, do a PhD, or to work for the government. I didn't like both systems. I didn't want to go to France. I didn't want to work for the government. I only had one option. I told my dad, I'm going to America. He looked at me like confused. He said, do you speak English? I said, no. Okay. Do you have money? I said, no. He said, do you know someone? I said, actually, I do have family in the United States. He was like, family? Okay. What's going on? Am I truly the dad? But I said, no, Dad. African American, black people, they are my family. That's why I had the courage to come to America not speaking English and to start all over again. But the reason is that I did not like what was happening to my country. And for me, the solution was not to go to France to come and replicate the same system. Because our financial guru said that it is systems that are built to perpetuate whatever the situation. And from going to France, will be the same system. I want to learn something different. That's why I came to America. I did a second degree and a doctoral degree. I worked for General Motors headquarters as a market analyst for Africa and Middle East for 7 years. Then I decided to move back to Senegal as the brain drained. Yes, sometimes you do feel guilty. I felt guilty being educated in Senegal and coming to the United States, serving the United States for over 15 years. In 2005, I decided to go back to support our former president, Abdoulaye Wade. But when I get there, I find out that they were not ready for us. In terms of my family, my children, the system, I had to come back. But basically, that's my journey. And today I'm here because this is not talking about the solution. This is about providing the solution. That's the Africa's brand.
Oh my gosh, what an introduction. Listen, I'm constantly blown away by the speakers. Thank you so much. You know, you touched on a few things that struck a chord, and that's linked to the brain drain. I don't know if it's intentional. First of all, you didn't want to go to France for obvious reasons, and then you studied in the United States, and then you went back to Senegal, and they still weren't ready for you, and then now you're back. That seems to be a story that I've heard more than once. What do you think is the reason why African countries are unable to accommodate the diaspora even when we want to offer?
Yes, I think let's go back to the historical reason for us coming here in the first place. Of course, migration started after decolonization or neocolonialism. But from the 70s to the 80s, it was a small group of people that migrated intentionally. But if you look at closely, between 1980 and 1990, we started to a massive immigration towards Western Europe and later on towards the United States. What we have to connect is that there is a correlation, and as a professor, a dear brother from Mali, will confirm as a mathematician, between this structural adjustment program by the IMF and the World Bank in the 80s and the economic collapse of our system in Africa. Therefore, there wasn't any opportunity. People were struggling, and as a professional, you said, okay, let me go find as a way. There's probably this push where people were pushed around because you don't get a good salary, working condition, and the government were not doing enough to address, this issue. Then we also have, after the 2000, this pull kind of strategy where the Western country was into designing programs to attract our professionals. And then you have another group that came. Now, what you can say that all of that is ultimately the conditions that are in our countries, lack of opportunities. If you are a professional, if you are a researcher, you can have lab to do your work. But bottom line is that the government locally need to create the condition for people to stay first, and then to create the condition for people to come back. And how do you do that? Is this brain bank, as I said, is the solution. As long as we're talking about physical drain, we are stuck. But when we talked about brain capacity and using digital, there you unlock the potentiality. You can be here to work in Africa and find flexible ways where people can go back and forth, but the government have to organize it where you get some kind of support when you come back to create the condition not to be left alone and struggle. And what you do mostly when they come to your family, the ultimate decision for me was when my son get diagnosed with asthma. I freaked out because his mom passed away from asthma. I said, I'm not going to compromise on my son's health. I came back. Another reason, create the condition where we know that when we get sick, we'll be treated, is that the government have to create the condition for most of us, but also you have the private sector, that also, but us from the diaspora, we shouldn't be waiting for the government. What is here is really the solution. How can we forget about Senegal, Mali, Guinea, and say this is Africa? When I look at our good doctor, we need him, the world needs him. But he can clone himself by training many, many other young Africans to be doing what he's doing. What about create a top of the line where he has a clinic, where medical tourism, they're going to India, but someone like him can create a medical clinic in every region in the continent, where we have an entire system with the nursing, and with that, we're now creating what they call this graph, having system where we know that we reinforce each other, and then not only we're going to keep people where they are, but we're going to attract more people from the diaspora. And that, I think, is part of the solution.
That's a very brilliant answer. But I also have another question. There are people here that don't mind the big salaries or the comfort of home, of the lifestyle they've been used to here, and they would like to go. What do you think on the ground in Africa is the main deterrent? Because sometimes people, they already have the money. They're doing well. Their kids are grown. They just want to go home and serve. What is the one thing that you might have observed is the biggest deterrent from people being able to succeed back home?
I feel that we don't need to look further. Look at Rwanda. And I think that, as I said, we have the solution. If you look at Rwanda, what President Kagame did, first it's about policy. When they talk about politics, economy, policy dictates the economy. Let's get the policy right. Now, to get the policy right, who designed the policy? If, for example, Senegal, when they were doing Macky Sall's strategic plan, he went to use McKinsey. I took strategy. I've done strategy when I worked for General Motors headquarters, for 7 years. They know me, but they will not use me. They went get a Western firm that does not understand the culture. Now, Peter Drucker said that culture will eat strategy alive. If you just take somebody that has design your strategy, first of all, they would not understand those intangibles. We are spiritual beings before being a rational being. We know that. But those people have no idea. I was just looking at the Maslow hierarchy of needs. We all use that. That when you want to motivate someone, you start with the basic physiological need, safety, belonging, esteem, and then self-actualization. But look at us. If something was going to happen right now, if this thing was collapsing, before we hit top, I can tell you, everybody around here was going to jump and try to protect her.
I hope so.
They will not care about their safety. All they care about, she's one of them, no matter what. This is who we are. Physiological safety, those are not our consideration. We have higher need for self-actualization. And when you have a Western organ designing your strategic plan, first of all, they miss that. Secondly, how can a Western organization design a strategic plan for a country to allow you to be self-sufficient, to allow you to transform your own product, to become a competitor for their industry? Let's think about it. When we say that the game is rigged, no, rigged is the game. If you decided to play that game, and you are game, that's on you, not on them. Let's understand that. We need to change the rule of the game, or we create our own game. And we are enough of us to do that. The key is, yes, you have the government, but that shouldn't be the only challenge. We as members of the diaspora, when I go to Senegal, you go to Cameroon, he goes or she to Nigeria, we are fragmented. But what about if we say that there's a mini summit? I was talking that with Reverend Pa, but she's the visionary. She already had that in mind, that after this one, we don't wait for a year. We do a mini summit. We know that health is an issue. We leverage what she's doing, what is doing, and we pick up a country, Nigeria. Why Nigeria? Most of our challenge is to scale up. If you start with Nigeria, you don't have that issue, because there are enough people in Nigeria. If you are sitting in Nigeria, it's easy to be sitting in Ghana and Senegal. Look at Gambia. The economy of Gambia for the anti-GDP is less than 24 hours for Nigeria. When Nigeria operates for 20 hours, they generate enough income to be more than the anti-GDP for Gambia. Just imagine how Nigeria can change Gambia. But we need to be intentional, to be organized and do it as a group, not individually.
Oh my gosh, you are just hitting the spots. Along those lines, this question has always puzzled me. When we're talking about brain drain, and when one imperialist country compromises us, we switch to another and say, okay, this one is better. I've never understood that. I'm talking about China, I'm talking about Russia, right? I don't know what your perspective is on, the influence that Russia and China are having on African countries and our lack of self-reliance on each other as countries and as resources. What do you think about that?
No, for that, we're in the United States. And currently I'm staying in a city that most of you heard, Tuskegee, Alabama. And when we say Tuskegee, we think about Booker T. Washington. In 1900, when he saw what was happening in this country, he didn't complain about it. He said, what the word, cast your bucket where you are. And he said, let's create our own town with our own schools, our own bank, our own industry, our own interests. He was very intentional. Just last week, we celebrated the 125th anniversary of the National Business League. Why was he so successful? He was unapologetic. He knew exactly what was about economics and how to get people to work together. He identified experts in all areas. George Washington Carver, scientist, bring him to Tuskegee, as a banker, and then replicated the same to Eatonville, to Mount Bayou, to different towns. And I think that's all we are saying. Let's use these 5 regions and the 6, we are the 6th region, but let's use the 5 existing regions. Let's try to go for each region to create, let's cast our bucket where we are, and let's bring it all together. I think that ultimately what it's going to take is for us to be intentional, for us to pick a sector. We cannot do it all, but let's demonstrate that it is possible, A, to work together, B, to make it successful, and C, to replicate it. If you do that, we are unstoppable. Because what people don't realize, this brain drain, even though we can refill it, we can feel it, but keep in mind, even when I decided to go to Senegal, what stopped me is that after struggling for a year, debating to come back to the US, I was approached by a French person. He said to me, he's one of the richest French people that have the road, industry, manufacturing, whatever, they're the one doing it in Senegal. He said, people like you, they come to me. When you come from the US, I can get you a position in less than a month in Senegal or in any other French-speaking country. And he named many, many ministers. I was shocked. Even when you decided to go back home, you have to go through them to help you. And I said, what the heck with that? I would rather come back. But the key is, let's be intentional. Let's make it happen.
My brother, I don't know when we're going to stop this reliance, because you know what, if we don't let them in, then they don't have that kind of power on us. I don't know. Hopefully the next generation will change that, and it starts with us again. Tell us a little bit, what countries, have the highest exodus of brain drain?
Yeah. At the beginning, the country that I have the highest, we know that is Nigeria, of course. Nigeria, Egypt, Ethiopia, Ghana, South Africa. Those were the top countries. They were, if you look at the physicians in the Western world, those 3-4 countries, they are like 85% of the African physicians in those Western countries. Then we have other countries. The sad thing is that you have this tiny, tiny island that have also migrated. You go to Cabo Verde, Seychelles, over 10% of their population live overseas. Sometimes we forgot about that, And then today, those top countries remain the leader, but it has been expanded in a lot of different areas. And what is making it so sad is that you have the West that now is being very strategic because of their population challenges. They do not have the talent. And what they're doing to create the condition to recruit at a very young age, from high school, They created a pathway for you to come to the US or to go to Europe, which is a problem. However, when you look at the Africa Brand Bank STEM program, they are right now helping African students to learn about STEM. Professor Bakayoko, they are all teaching. I'm also working for a university called Oziri University. I'm the Dean of Business and I teach leadership. We've been operating and accredited for over 3 years in Nebraska. We have graduated, 70% of our students are from Africa. It's an online university. We have a master program in data science and a master program in business and now a PhD program. 70% of our graduates are from Africa. They only pay $499 a year. Now they have an American degree. How long can they let us get away with that? I don't know. But those are specific things that we can do to start addressing that issue.
Thank you so much, Dr. Meng. How do you think our governments have contributed to this drain, and how can they, what's their role in stopping the drain? Because it's not enough for us to just say we're all living for opportunity. I know you talked about policies and everything, but what are some of the contributing factors still that maybe if we cannot work with the government, is there any way to go around the government to be able to service, our home countries?
I think let's go back to what we as humans, what we're seeking. I think it's self-actualization. All of us, better living conditions, to be happy, a meaningful life. But like it or not, we all want to leave a legacy. And this is where our government need to first create the conditions. If you're a physician in Senegal, I know people that graduated with me, they were not making $1,000 a month. If you're not making $1,000 a month, and that you go to Canada or you go to the US, you can make $10,000. There's no way you're going to say it. Secondly, the condition. I was invited to Guinea-Bissau by the Minister of Health because he wanted assistance. While we were there, a lady was giving birth to a child. There was some complication. They did not have enough medicine, for the pain. She was basically open with very limited, pain management. Then the baby, something gets stuck in the baby's nose. They didn't have that instrument to suck it. This was the first time I saw a physician crying like a baby. We have to consult him. He was there. The child is dying. He couldn't help because of a tiny, tiny instrument. We were all shocked. This is how you're going to keep those people there. Create the condition. Give them the means. Secondly, for promotion. If you were working in a department, you were highly talented, and you're not a politician, they're not going to promote you. Your boss is somebody that knows the minister, or is a parent of the minister. There's no room to put in at the right position. They're not going to stay. Those are the things that, with more transparency, we create the condition, was also improving, because rather than having this nice car, you see all our ministers, the car they drive, you go to their office. I went to a finance minister's office one day. His office is like half of this room. It's like 3 different dining, and I look at it, I said, that doesn't make sense. Let's make sure that we invest on the people, we create the condition, and allow people to self-actualize. If you do that, not only people will stay, but those that are here and see what is happening, this is a very strong signal for us to come back. But when we come back, know that it will be a struggle. Create bridge program, where when I come back, have some kind of complex where you put all the people from the diaspora together. Where we have marketplace, we have pharmacy, we have something close to what we were having here. When we go there, we will be able housing, assist us in housing. Those are the small things that the government can do for us to come back and really, not only we will feel the brain drain, but we will not only leverage, but we set up for the next generation.
But Dr. Meng, we've been talking, it's the government that's not doing what it's supposed to do. So how can we work without the government? I know Sister Melissa is here. Hey, girl. Hi, Sister Melissa, can you please stand up if you don't mind? Thank you. Thank you for what you shared with us yesterday. And she has strategies and methods that we can leverage to help our countries. Because oftentimes, the reason we're here in the first place is because the government did not serve us. So it's kind of hard to rely again on them to make this happen. Because corruption, everything you just talked about boils down to corruption back home, right? And the lack of will to save lives. And again, as Dr. Obeng, Sister Gloria, Claudia, all of this, Dr. Mondo, all of them, even Reverend Pam, all the people in the medical profession know that without your health, you have nothing. Your health is your wealth. And when you tell the story about this woman that's having a baby without pain meds, and it's not even natural delivery, probably like a C-section or something, and then a baby that hopefully didn't die because of lack of little things, suction, maybe a baby's nasal cavity or something stuck in the throat, and things like that. How can we as a diaspora bridge with medical professionals back home to build this bridge regardless of government assistance? I think that's what we need to start thinking about, because the governments are not there to help us or help them. They don't even care. They come to the United States, they bring a lot of money, cash in suitcases, they go to Beverly Hills, they enjoy themselves, and they go back home and don't implement anything, right? Have you thought about that? Is there a way we can work with people like Sister Melissa, right, to just put them aside and go directly to the people?
Absolutely, absolutely. I also used to work for, when I went to Senegal, I couldn't find a job. When I decided to leave, USAID has a position for trade and investment officer. I applied, naturally, I got the job and worked for USAID. In 6 months, they made me the CTO, coordinator of the entire program. I had a chance to peek into what the US government is doing. And that was perfect for me, the perfect job, making what I'm making here in Senegal. But once I become the CTO, and every month I meet with the ambassador, with all the American, yes, I'm a US citizen, but I find myself struggling. Which country do I serve? And that's when I finally end up resigning, and left. But what the solution is that let's use what I call game change strategy. Let's rewrite the rule of the game. Our government will not do the work, but we are American citizens. What is happening in Africa with the Chinese controlling the economy? It freaked them out here. They want to compete. They want to be part of the market. They will support, as Sister Melissa said, your American business. Let's leverage that. We are American citizens. When we go home as American. Work with the US Embassy. Consult with Sister Melissa. They can use the current system that was set up for them to take advantage. We come to use the same system to make a difference. Now, once we start making a difference, we're providing services. It's no longer about the government. It is addressing a need. It is business. It is service. People will pay for our services because I know so many Africans will go to Europe, to America for help. If you can demonstrate to them, you can have the same quality of care, even better. Then we can not only attract those to stay, we can attract African American. What about nursing home in Africa? In Senegal, we have 700 kilometers of beachland. My wife is a doctor in pharmacy, and we've been exploring having some kind of nursing home by the beach, where we can get African American to come and retire. Not only that, the Africans that are in Europe, that are there, many of them want to come back home. They can create the same conditions where they can retire. Let's be creative and let's use the current system in our advantage.
Oh my gosh. You just struck a chord. Please, ladies and gentlemen, take advantage of that American citizenship. Go as the American. Think about that and you'll be able to do it. And I just have to say, the legacy of Marcus Garvey kind of is ringing in my brain. The legacy of Malcolm X is kind of ringing in my brain. That is what they were fighting for. Malcolm X was in Africa fighting. In fact, do you know Malcolm X is the reason Muhammad Ali was in Africa? His daughter is in Belize, Ambassador Shabazz, and she's doing amazing work. I call her auntie. She's an amazing ambassador for the diaspora, and she's always asking, what are we doing? I hope Reverend Pam, maybe next summer we should have Ambassador Shabazz here. She carries the legacy of her father, Malcolm X. We should have them here. And even Professor Dr. Garvey himself should be here.
No, invite them for next year.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have them. These are people whose ancestors paved the way for the movement that you see of our African American and Caribbean brothers and sisters going back to Africa. As a matter of fact, Dr. Obeng, our sister Dawn Sutherland, you know Sister Dawn, right? Of course. She's an African American, via being Caribbean, but Caribbean American. And she worked for Xerox. And she retired to Ghana. And what did she do? She built a school for girls in Africa, in Ghana, stopping the brain drain. So last words, Dr. May, what's your message to everybody sitting here about this phenomenal mission and the way forward? Last words from you, please.
Thank you. I think let's be intentional. Let's make commitment that when we live here, I heard a lot of great ideas in the last few days. Let's just hone in into one. And one low-hanging fruit that I see that will get support from everybody is when we focus on healthcare. Because first of all, we need to save lives. Again, being in Guinea-Bissau, one of the poorest country in Africa, what I saw, said that there is a social need. Let's focus on healthcare, addressing education, training these nurses. Let's have a mini summit on that in the next 6 months, where we all get together again to a country like Nigeria, where we implement something, all of us together, but not for Nigeria, but for the entire, not just for Africa, but for entire people of African descent. Because the solution is by including the Caribbean, including African from Western Europe, from Asia. But let's be intentional. Let's start implementing. We've been talking about it. Some of us are doing it. Let's take those best practices and help them, assist them. These diaspora bonds that we're talking about can solve many of our funding projects. This tax thing, let's support, patronize those organizations that are doing something for our people. But all I'm saying is let's move here, go and do something about it by starting with healthcare and education. Those are the low-hanging fruit, and we can make it happen.
Thank you. The good news is that, as we know from yesterday, we learned that most of the people here are already doing it. Dr. Obeng is doing it, Gloria is doing it, Claudia is doing it, Dr. Mondo is doing it, and many of you are doing it. So thank you. Africa's Brain Bank is doing it, and actually you've expanded the definition of the Africa's Brain Bank to include the inaccessibility of Africa's global brain capacity to people of Africa, to Africa's brain drain, to include the inaccessibility of Africa's global brain capacity to its children, African descendants. Thank you so much, Dr. Meng.
Thank you.
We could continue this conversation all day long, but hopefully we got the message. Connect with people like Sister Melissa. Find ways to circumvent the government. If you have input to anybody who is in government, please take advantage and let's leverage all we have. And most importantly, right now though, there's no excuse. AI is here. I'll keep repeating it. AI, whether you learn AI through me, it doesn't matter. By all means, learn it, because even from here, you can be able to be effective back home. And if you know anybody in policy making, please let me know and let's connect and let's see how we can empower our children back home so they don't have to come here. Just through AI, they can become doctors, they can become anything by leveraging technology of today. Is the game changer, level playing field, opportunities for everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. May.
Thank you.
Dr. May, you keep penetrating my brains. Just so you know, next year, Labor Day weekend, September the 1st through the 7th, we are going to be in Accra, Ghana. And guess what? The theme for next year, I'm not going to say it, we already have it. The Lord gave me the theme in December while I was in Lagos. We'll be discussing healthcare, and we're going to be breaking ground. I'm inviting all of you, I'm giving you 1 year notice. So don't even start saving $100 a month. We are going to be breaking ground on the largest medical center in the world. That is not talk. When I got out of pharmacy school in December 1991, don't worry, I'm only 30 years old. In December 1991, my first job was a supervisor. I've never worked as a staff pharmacist. I've always worked either as a clinical pharmacy supervisor or an entrepreneur. But my first job was a clinical pharmacy supervisor at Texas Children's Hospital, the largest pediatric hospital in the world. Still is, it was back then, it still is. And Texas Medical Center is still the largest medical center in the world. Guess what? There are only 1,300 acres. We have 2,000 acres in Ada. And we are going to bring the best medical outfits to Ghana. And we are going to train the best. Sister Gloria and Sister Claudia are going to handle all the nursing. Let me keep quiet. I don't want to repeat a lot of things. So, Dr. May, that healthcare summit is happening a year from now.
All right, thank you.
Amazing. Yeah. God gave you the gift for a reason, Reverend Pam. Thank you so much for bringing us here. Charles, did you? Okay, are we ready for the next one?
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's really give a round. Sorry, my bad.
Let's give a round of applause to Dr. May. Yeah, that was brilliant. We could have continued this conversation on and on and on. You see, in STEM, we still need STEAM, right? We need historical perspectives, because if you don't know where you're coming from, you certainly won't know where you're going. Okay? All right. So let's move it along. I want to introduce another brilliant panelist, and he is actually, fortunately for us, taking on the seat of one of our sisters that was supposed to be here, Miss Elizabeth Bishop. She couldn't be here, and he graciously honored us with his presence and to take on where she would have done, and I know he'll honor her just well. I want to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kiniti, who was a former Kenyan Civil Servants Union. He'll talk more about that and what he can bring to us to this summit. Dr. Kiniti, please come forward. Thank you.
Dance. Put the music, DJ. All right, let's go.
You know what? You're African, but you just saved yourself, because we're going to revoke your African passport. Because you're supposed to know how to dance. We dance. And you know those Kenyans can dance. They can jump, they can run. What can Kenyans not do? Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Doc. It was wonderful talking to you the other day. We connected on the phone. I'm excited. Have you heard from our sister Elizabeth? How is she doing?
She's all right. I talked to her today, this morning, and she's doing well.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes. So, can you briefly tell us a little bit about yourself and why you think the summit is important?
One, I want to thank you very much, thank the board of the African Brain Bank for the work they're doing and for inviting me here. I also thank the guests who are here, and I'm happy to know some of them for the first time. I'm always happy to make new friends. My name's Dr. Isaac Newton Kiniti from Kenya. I was born in Kenya, and I was brought up in Kenya. In Kenya, I was the Secretary General of the Kenya Civil Servants Union. Those included the entire police force and all the public workers. I was responsible for over 500,000 people in Kenya, all over the country. I didn't come here voluntarily. I was forced out of Kenya because other than by gaining for the rights of the workers, I terribly fought corruption. And saying that I fought corruption is because I went head on with the then president, Daniel Moi, who was a dictator and a very bad man, to an extent that he had to attempt to kill me 6 times. And one of the severe threat was when I was poisoned and I went out of agony with that poison. I went to Uganda. I didn't want to get treatment in Kenya. I was treated. And they tried their level best. I went back to Kenya. Before even I recovered, then men came to my house at night to kill me. But fortunately, I was not at home. I had gone to Uganda because I'd finished medicine. They didn't get me. But then I didn't know that people had gone to my house. So I went back to Kenya, only to learn from my wife that people came on the day of Christmas. They wanted to kill me now, and then that's when I decided to go away from Kenya, back to Uganda. In Uganda, well, it's a long story actually, because even my escape was surrounded by a lot of miracles from God. Because when I escaped, my hometown was sealed by police, but I escaped and went away through miracles of God. After my escape, and when Daniel Moi knew that I had escaped, the commissioner of police in the whole country was relieved of his job. And the deputy commissioner, senior superintendent Chanja of my home province, was killed because he was going to have helped me, because he belonged to my tribe. And we are now so close. The chairman of the Kenya Civil Servants Union, he was thought to have aided me in my escape. He was also killed. So it was a terrible situation. Luckily, or through the will of God, when I was in Uganda, then some problem happened to have risen between some people who were arrested, and they talked some things. I didn't meet him or hear from someone who had the right direct information, but I just was told by someone that some people were arrested and they said they wanted to be said to come and kill me. That's when it was decided that I was to come to America, and I was brought here. It was good to come to America because I underwent treatment, had nerve problem. I was treated, I was operated on my foot. I had infection of my kidney, bladder, and prostate. I was treated in America, and I had a problem in the head, and so I underwent brain surgery in America. If I had not been, had not come here, probably I would not have survived. Because in Africa, even when there's medicine, they rather sell the medicine than give it a patient. So that's how it is. So that's my brief history about my escape from Kenya and about my work in Kenya and about me.
Wow. This is a survival, ladies and gentlemen. We thank God for your life.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, Dr. Meng, you see the story. Sometimes you try to do what you're supposed to do, and your people want to kill you. You know, listen, I just can't wrap my brain. How do you help people that don't want the help? Thank you so much for your service, for everything you've done, and thank God for your life, because now we're sitting here. And you know what? They blessed you, because had they not done that, like you said, health-wise, the drain again will come back to the brain drain. We come back to lack of infrastructure. We come back lack of resources, Dr. B. I mean, it goes on and on. And the hospitals that Gloria's building, or Claudia and Dr. Obeng is doing, they're not always there.
Yeah.
You know, so our problems are many. Sometimes self-inflicted, and sometimes from outside. Even the self-inflicted is often that the people that are custodians of our systems are actually working for our own colonizers. Was that your experience? Do you think that was the problem in Kenya? What do you think is the problem in Kenya for the brain drain and the lack of support that you got trying to do the right thing?
Well, the worst part of Africa, as I know myself and what I believe, is that we dwell on recycling leaders. The same people who have been messing the African continent for years and years are recycled to go back in positions. Instead of looking for better people, you find that we have intellectuals who actually boast to know enough and they know enough. But they also confuse the citizens because they dwell on saying that they want people with political experience. And I ask myself always, what kind of political experience would you expect from a corrupt government? Because you're looking for political experienced person from the same government that has been messing people. See? So instead of looking for someone somewhere who has got proven abilities to lead and who is honest, they just go back to the same government. Oh, so and so is better. How is he better? And they've been in the same government, looting public funds, and is brought here. So the cycle goes on. You bring this one, loots, destroy the government, the other one comes again, and this goes on and on and on. I normally advise people to go and look for the people. They are there, good people. But even the common people themselves, they have also got a problem. Because to go for a good person there and leave a corrupt person here with dishing money is very hard. Because these people who are corrupt get to these into positions because of giving out handouts to people. And these honest people have not had any time to look for money in such a manner of looting. So things have to change because you have got examples now today. You have got someone like Ibrahim Traore, someone who is fresh, who had never been in politics, and is doing so well. But we have got big problems in Africa, which we have also got to think about. The Western nations. We got to call a spade sometimes, if you want to save a situation. The Western nations have been a problem for the African continent. I talk boldly even when I talk to them, even here. When I meet them, I tell them, you're a problem to Africa. Because you don't talk about the poverty emanating from corruption, but when these dictators are toppled, your hairs rise up. You cry, shout, oh, this is undemocratic to remove someone from office. Look at it. Why is it not undemocratic to subject someone to poverty? Why is it not undemocratic to deny someone medicine? You see? So they mess up. The other thing they mess about is about giving dictators, tyrants, and looters of public funds venues to hide money they loot. You find that the money they loot is here in America, is in Britain, is in other different places. I remember in 2014, after I had gone to Brazil to attend anti-corruption conference, and I was frustrated because when I stood up to talk at the conference in Brazil, at the International Corruption Conference, a lady moderator, after I read one paragraph, she told me, oh, Isaac, we know what you're talking about. We are working on that. And I had not even read my paper. In fact, I was saved by two ministers from South Sudan. They rose up and told the lady, you know what Isaac wants to tell us? We do not know. You are not in a position to tell us. But Isaac is in a position to tell us. So we want him to talk. I talked because of these two men. But had it not been them, I would not have talked. So after that, I was disappointed. So in 2014, I went to United Nations headquarters here in New York and camped at the gate for 3 days. The police tried to chase me. I didn't go away. Reporters who knew me had come there, and they were taking pictures of the police, and the police were running away. I stayed there until the heads of the United Nations came and told me, Isaac, what I complaining about? I gave out my note. To them. This is my complaint. You know what happened? Something surprising. 2 weeks after, all the money that had been looted in Kenya through a certain scandal called Anglo-Leasing that had been banked in Switzerland was frozen. Billions of money. Well, I wanted to follow up the money so that the money could go back to Kenya, but again, our people there, I don't know why, they were reluctant. They didn't support the move. They were just they were only cheering up, oh, Zakadanta. No, I didn't want them. I want them to go further and ask, who is going to receive the money? Because if the money was taken back and received by the same people, and then they took it to another country, then it would be useless job. So that one cut I didn't have the energy to go on much. But then I would say that all of us have got an obligation. All of us. Some of these things that we're talking about require sacrifice. They will not come through theoretical complaints. No. They need sacrifice. Sacrifice to force things to work. Ibrahim Traore did not go there peacefully. He forced himself in. And today, they have tried to kill him 22 times. 22 times.
A little more than you.
Yeah, much more than me. Much more than me. Although they have not hurt him, they hurt me. So, and he's still talking tough and bravely. I remember I just recently spoke the other day, and he was talking like a gentleman, and he was talking to save Africa. That's what we are supposed all to think about to help our continent, because our continent is sick, and the sickness has been caused by the Western nations, the United Nations Organization, and the AU. They have all caused that. Because the AU and the United Nations even have never challenged the Western nations from allowing these people or giving venue to looters of public funds to hide their money in these Western nations. You see?
Yeah. I was just curious, Doctor. This problem of brain drain in Africa is really, it's such a monumental issue. How can we in the diaspora, based on what you're talking about, assist in changing our systems, especially when it comes to the support that the governments receive from the Western nations? Like, how can we lobby? America, like, there's this thing about lobbying. How can we lobby maybe Western governments to work with our countries to stem corruption, especially since they are now very focused on deportations, stopping migration into America? Most of us wouldn't be here if our countries were doing fine, right? Could maybe the solution be that we let them know why we're here in the first place, and that when they stop giving support to corrupt governments and rewarding countries that are doing better in terms of policy to develop their countries. I mean, people say Rwanda is an icon, Burkina Faso is coming along, even Senegal is doing better than most countries right now, right? I hope you get my drift. How can we in the diaspora be that bridge between the Western governments and negotiating with our governments to do better? If not, they don't get support from here.
That is very possible. And the people in diaspora have a very good chance of changing Africa. But one thing that they have to do is to dismiss selfishness of their own. And selfishness is in those people who think that they cannot even sacrifice their time, even little time, to do something good for others. When I was in Uganda, in exile in Uganda, 1999, most of the African countries were relieved of their debts. But I wrote a very strong letter and took it to the director of the World Bank in Uganda. I took a letter to the director of IMF in Uganda personally and gave them, I told them, don't give leave to Kenya. And Kenya was not relieved. It was never relieved.
That's why they want to kill you.
See? So, what I'm saying is one thing. It's not by mouth alone that you're going to win a battle. No. Even here in America, in 2005, there was a debate of privatization of Social Security. I was consulted by my senators in Connecticut and a few other senior men who knew me. They were asking me, what's your view of this? It took me some time to think about it because I didn't want to offend either of the two parties, Republican and Democrat, because these were the warring factions. But after some time, I wrote 8 page of a document. I sent it to President Bush, to the Republican Party, the Democratic Party.
No kidding.
To Lieberman, to Senator Dodd, and to many other, and the President of Pep Scholar, because he had written me, and Senator Barbara, many of them. The next time, I got a letter from President Bush in my post office box, thanking me and congratulating me. And he told me that my letter was kept in the US archive. See? I didn't know that it was make that impact. I just wanted to stop that debate because I was against privatization of Social Security. Even today, the things that I find bad, I dismiss them. Last year alone, America had invited President William Ruto of Kenya to come and address a joint session of the US Congress here in America. I was so pissed, I couldn't hide it. I wrote in Kenyan papers, I wrote in some papers, in some WhatsApps here, and I said, I am going to fight it out to make sure that William Ruto does not address the joint session of the US Congress. I was insulted by some people. They said, who is this who can present a president from addressing? Some people are sick. You should see a psychiatrist. I didn't talk. But after 2 weeks, the Speaker of the US said, President William Ruto can come to USA, but he will not address the joint session of the US Congress.
You see that? See, I was just asking that question because there's got to be a way that we can be the bridge, right? And impacting policies and limelight that is given to all these corrupt people. You know?
Yeah.
Continue.
And avoid fear. Now my mother died just at the same time that had stopped this man from speaking. And to bury my mom. Oh my God. I said I must bury my mom. People who knew what I'd done told me, Isaac, don't go to Kenya. You not come back.
Enemy of the state.
Them, I am the firstborn of my mom. And you tell me not to go, I'll go. Let me go die. The spirit of my mom will know that her son died when going to bury her. And I went. At the burial ceremony, there were so many CIDs, detectives, so many of them, and everybody could see it. They didn't do nothing to me. I didn't talk politics.
You were careful now.
But after the burial, I called a press conference at one of the biggest hotels in my hometown called Nakuru, called Midland Hotel. I called a press conference and called a friend of mine called Ruben Kigame. He doesn't see well, but he's a vocal person. We were there. And I talked. So when I came back here, they said, you man, you're a difficult man. They repeated what they had called me in 2017. Because in 2017, again, I had been invited by human rights activists in Kenya to go and lead a protest in Nairobi, capital city. And I went there. And when I went there, you know what they wrote? What? In the papers, they wrote, Isaac Kennedy, a daredevil.
A daredevil.
Because of coming from USA to go and lead a protest in Nairobi. So what I'm telling the audience here, fear is sin. And fear is what has caused all these problems in Africa. What they wanted to stop me from talking about in Brasilia, Brazil, at the International Anti-Corruption Conference, was about the exploitation of Africa by the Western nations. But after the ministers complained, I talked all of it. And it was good. I felt relieved. I felt happy. I talked about it. So let us not fear. We can save Africa. And we can save our people in Africa if we dismiss fear. Because with fear, we are getting nowhere. With fear, we are not going to help you people, entrepreneurs. People have got brain to help Africa. Because you will not succeed with these dictators and tyrants and looters of public funds. They will not allow you. They will not allow you, I know it. When you go there, the first thing they want kickbacks. They want your money. Even today, those people who are in Kenya, businessmen, the business community, and local and foreign investors, they are having a very difficult time because every time politicians visit them or have a fundraising, have something, and when they are told, you know, we are protecting your business, you must give something. They are suffering. The business people in Africa are suffering because these people are extorting money from them from now and then in the name of protecting their business. Knowing very well that these people pay taxes and part of the taxes is for protecting them. But these guys go to them, oh, well, you know, I can destroy your business if you don't give something because I'm protecting your business. How? How are they protecting business? So, sorry, let me tell you of a lady in North Carolina, just shortly.
Go for it.
Called Alice. A lady in North Carolina called Alice Monyua from Kenya. She organized some doctors and other health workers. They were going to Kenya every year to give free treatment to people there. And they went to an extent of thinking about helping the whole country. So, these were rich men. They organized, they collected money, they bought one very big machine of detecting cancer and for helping treatment of cancer. And they took the machine to the biggest hospital in Kenya called Kenyatta Hospital. They helped install the machine, a very heavy machine, which was taken up by cranes, you know, and they put it on. But they missed some parts of the machine. So they came to USA to pick some parts. When they went back, there was no machine.
No way.
The machine was gone. How can this machine go? This was something to put in the pot to put in pocket. How did it go? We don't know, but it was gone. Do you know what happened? They absconded the whole exercise of helping people in Kenya. They didn't go back again.
There you go.
So, you see, we have to think how to have good governance in Africa. And it is very possible. Very possible. Only that we identify the people who can lead. Because if you don't identify people, it's very hard for this to be done.
Absolutely.
If you see you being capable, you don't have to think about how much you're going to gain because that's the worst part of Africans. That, oh, we are going to help us, she's going to be very rich.
And that's a problem.
You see? Support her. En masse. Give her financial and everything support. And you talk loudly. Don't say that you support her hiding. No, come out in the open. Say, we want so and so in that position. We want so. I'm telling you, you're going to help Africa and you have good leaders in Africa.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Timothy. Thank you so much. I know people have questions, but I think we'll go through the speakers and then we'll get to questions because you are something else. you have more than 9 lives. Thank goodness, because we need you. I think Africa's brain bank is going to have to, at some point, become that lobbying that we are looking for, negotiating leadership in Africa and being that bridge and telling the American State Department and telling all the powers that be, right, exactly what you're doing. Like, you alone are able to stop someone from speaking in Congress. You're able to do all these things. So, you know, freezing accounts in Switzerland. Now we will take it a step further. I can see a vision where we will say, okay, when that money is frozen, We need that money to be distributed to the people, and there has to be oversight. Because that's another thing. Because the West freezes the money and then they take it. They are the most corrupt. You know, I interviewed Dr. Arikana. I think all of you know Dr. Arikana. And she asked the question, she says, when we accuse African governments of corruption, what was it she said? What about corporations that are exploiting African countries? That's another story. You know.
Give me just a minute.
I'll give you a minute. Did I get something started in you?
Africa, we have everything. The land is arable. We have got minerals. We have got oil. And we have got intellectuals. We have got engineers. We have got geologists. We have got doctors. We have got everything. But when these countries come and say they have discovered oil, they want to come there, take the oil, dominate everything, instead of giving Africa the equipment, loan them the equipment because they've got the manpower, and then they are paid their money for the equipment. They come there, we want to do it, and we are going to be giving you peanuts. It's something very big. That's what we are supposed to fight for. We have got everything. We have got manpower. We have got educated people. Let them loan us equipment. We can explore our oil.
Yeah.
We can explore our diamonds. We can take out our gold. We can take anything. Yeah, and sell the way we want. But if we allow them to come and dominate, saying that these are their wells, when did they become theirs? And they just found them there. We have to wake up and do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doctor, we can continue this conversation till the horses come home. But you know what though? Thank you so much. There are going to be lots of questions for you later on. Thank you so much for your wisdom and insight, and thank you for your activism. And you inspired many more activists here. Please, speak up for your country. Speak up for Africa. Speak up for your children. Don't be afraid. Don't shy away. I think that's the resounding message. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Me went shopping in a supermarket. How about the things I bought your feet? Run a time, I got 3
How you doing? Please rise and shake your bodies. Come on now, let's shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Come on, let's stretch a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for your attention. I still see everyone still in their seats. I'm happy you're still here. Let's stretch a little bit. And then let's get to questions. I know a lot of you have questions for our speakers. We're going to do that right now. I need one of my helpers here. I don't want to give the queen too much work. Do you want to do some work, queen? Do you mind taking the microphone? Then luckily for me, you are a communications, you're a journalist, and what I'll need for you to do is to go to anyone that has a question and take that question for us and connect them with the speaker. Thank you so much. All right, DJ, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and let's continue. Now it's time for all the burning questions you have. I just wanted, before we do that, I wanted to bring up Sister Gloria, because she has a couple of things she needs to take care of, but she has some very important information for you. As we know, she's going to tell us a little bit about herself again. For those of you that did not have the privilege, she's going to say it in a nutshell. And if you have any questions for her, you can ask her right now. Please give the microphone to Sister Gloria. Sister Gloria, please come forward and tell us a little bit about yourself and what resources you have. Please, 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 can we take our seats? Please take your seats. All right, okay. So celebrity moments are going on right now. Okay, thank you. Okay, Sister Gloria, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Is it good afternoon already? Good afternoon to all of you. And once more, I am so happy to be here. In short, I don't know, I'm giving reports back home. Sister Pamela, thank you. Thank you for this great opportunity. Thank you for connecting with me. I'm having the best time of my life,
of
my business world, of my experience.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
honored to be talking, dining, eating, having conversation with powerhouses here. In short, it's a great testimony, it's a great experience for me. Because let me tell you, no matter who you are, you can never know all. Every day you learn new things, you learn new people, you interact with different people, you get something. In short, I am so happy and I don't know how to thank you. And once more, my name is Honorable Gloria Bertram Okoli. By the special grace of God, I am the CEO of Easy International Business Group, or you can call it Easy International Group of Company here in US, and we are doing great things in Nigeria, and we are expanding. And just like I said, when you connected with me, I said, see, I want to go global. I want to start from Africa. Okay? I am already here, but one main region or set of people that I really want to reach out is other countries apart from Nigeria. I am in Nigeria. I have gone around in Nigeria. From all the states in Nigeria, I have students coming from Abuja, Lagos. So many of them are migrating to Enugu. And the school we are going to open in Abuja is an international open school. Because so many people know me already, being from here in US, going to Nigeria. Just I announced once about my open university, people have already started calling me. Have I started selling application? I'm like, wow, hold on a little bit. So why I want to take this, few minutes again to talk to some of our sisters here. Because from all the discussion we've been having, I can see some of our sisters, especially the nurses here, they want to reach out. They want to start doing something, especially in home health. So many of our sisters has been calling me, Miss Gloria, you are living our dream. It's the same thing in Los Angeles. So many of the nurses are like, Miss Gloria, how did you do this? This is just 15, 16 years of me in America. Some of them have stayed for 30 years, 40 years. Well, I was telling even in high school, but they were telling me, how did you do this? We are tired of clocking in and out. This is what I wanted to do. I want to, as a nurse, what else if I can retire? I want to open maybe hospital in Nigeria, open nursing school. Why did I not think about it? There's this lady that told me, Miss Gloria, you know what? We have been here. Some of us have thought about it. We cannot carry out this. But for you, just 15 years here in America, you thought about it, you were able to carry the goal. I believe God has chosen you. Because sometimes, yes, which is true, sometimes it's God that gives you the goal. Sometimes you might be given the goal, but you cannot have the capacity. You cannot have the strength to carry it on. One of it is maybe God's destiny, maybe it's my destination. There was, I also believe in God. I'm kind of someone that have faith in God. There was a time, this journey is not easy, let me tell you. There are times I break down. Like you can see me here, few minutes I will look at my phone. They are calling me from Nigeria, they are giving me reports. The hospital is giving me reports, the school is giving me reports, my pharmacy, transportation, business Abuja, the ones they are giving me reports. And it's just a command. I just talk to them, do this, and it works. Just with my words. I don't have to be there. This year, only twice. And when I go to Nigeria, it's only 1 week or 2 weeks highest I stay, I go. It's just command. Once they bring that problem, I say, do this, do this way. And once they do it, everything is moving forward. So sisters, some of you that are here, the healthcare workers, the nurses, that wants to help, don't be scared, like I said. Do you know if you want to open a school, a hospital in any of your country, it is very easy. Do you know how you do it? There is no business now I want to open that I cannot open. Right now, with my experience in business, the first thing you do, you want to open a school, maybe in Ghana. Do you know the first thing you do? Go back to Ghana. Look for the best school there. When you look for the best school there, that will be your model. Do you know what you do? The first thing you do, you can go to that school. You go to Ghana, you take a look. Maybe there is a school called Joy College of Nursing. Just make appointments and walk into that school. Just say, hey, can I see the admissions office or the principal or whoever? They will say, okay, welcome. They can ask you, you can say, I am Miss Gloria. I'm a nurse from America. I just came back here. I'm interested in your school. Or you can just say, that is the tactics. Oh, I have my sibling. I want to enroll them in this school. I would like to know more about your school. They will be so happy. They will say, oh, really? Come in, come in. You say, can I go around and see the facilities? Tell me more about the school. By that time, they are telling you about the school. As you are walking around, you are looking at their facilities. You will ask them, what makes you to be the best school? They are training you, they are giving you everything about that school. When you finish, you say, okay, thank you so much. I'll be back. You might ask them, oh, can I have the phone number of your principal or the provost? They give you the phone number. The first advantage you have, as sisters here, you are coming from America. There's one brother that said here, use your American card as a citizen. You have to introduce yourself. Once you said, I am coming from America, look, everybody will be bowing to you. You can ask for any information, who is the provost, who is the minister of education, blah, 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 they will be giving you. By then, you are getting a very good information. You will now go back, you leave back home. After you get back home, you pick the phone number, you call the provost. Hey, Mr. Provost, and Miss Gloria, you remember I came to your school? They will say yes. They said, sir, please, am I looking, actually, can I tell you the real thing? I want to open a nursing school in Ghana. I'm looking for a consultant. Every school, every hospital you have, there is a written package. There is a consultant that worked on that project. You can ask the provost who opened this school. I need to replicate this school. The provost might say, well, especially the provost, they know. Another thing you can ask, provost, can you work for me? I don't want you to leave your school. Can you work for me? Can I hire you to open my school? You see the way it's going. Most of these things, you don't have to be there. You don't have to work it. People work for you. You get the experts. You hire the best people there. Just a call. Before you know it, the provost again might like to work for you or might say, do you know something? I'm going to give you the information of Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter is the consultant that worked on this school. Connect me with Mr. Peter. Do you see how it's going? Before you know it, you sign up a consultant that will work for your school. You say, consultant, did you see that school? I want to replicate it. Because you are going to look for the best. Because you are coming from America, you know our healthcare system, you know our school system here. You said, I want, if not the best, I want my own to be better than this school. You are not going to get a consultant from America, you are going to get someone that knows everything about Ghana. The next step you are going to do is go to your council. In every state, there is a council for nursing, for healthcare, for hospital. Say, I want to go to the council, to the Minister of Nursing, Healthcare. The next thing you walk there, you meet the minister or the council. You said what? I am Miss Gloria. I came back from United States. Sir, what are your requirements to open a nursing school here? It is very simple. By then, The nursing or the council will say, welcome. Here are our requirements. If you can provide this for us, we will give you the accreditation. You need the accreditation or the license of any country you go to open any investment business in that country. The next thing, look, let me tell you, the booklet they gave me in Nigeria, it was a booklet. I never knew in Nigeria for me to have an international nursing college, I need to have a hospital. It was from the requirement. The requirements they gave me to the last the number of syringes I have to have in that hospital. It is written. They tell me, Gloria, if you can get at least 70%, you can never finish it. In my school in Nigeria, we are still building currently. We are still building our auditorium, 300-seater capacity auditorium. We are still building another hostel because as you grow, you add more. And the more you add more, the more the council are giving you admitting power. You can start with 75%. The more you add to your classrooms and your lab, you go back to the council. You said, you know, now I have 6 classrooms. I have expanded my lab. I have expanded my skill lab. I need more students. They will come back for accreditation. And once you pass, they're going to see everything. They will say, now, we are going to allow you to admit 100 nursing school per admissions. So back to what I'm saying now, you have a consultant that is going to work for you, and now you have the requirement from the council in any country, be it Cameroon. You have what you need. And maybe by that, you must have had your land, your space for the school. That is just what you need. You now call the consultant, here are what I need. From the council, work with me. Those are the 2 things you need. Just a consultant. Any business you need, even here in America, look for the best consultant. You don't have to be there. Your money works for you. Your command, you tell them what you want. The only thing you are doing, they are bringing your signature, they are bringing paperwork, you are signing. You are monitoring them. When I went into school, I don't know anything about school, but I was connected to a consultant. He sat there, he's working. Miss Gloria, you signed this, I signed. I asked him, saying, what is this? He explained. He gave me everything we need to sign, and I'm working. He's training me. And guess what? When he finished opening my first school here in California, I hired him up to today. I say, Mr. Singh, work for me. You have to be there. You have to train me. Most of these things, they train you. You don't know it. Somebody that knows it have to train you. Or you are the boss. You own the company. But people, when you see most of these big companies, the big boss are inside the room. But they hire the expert. They only bring the paperwork for them and they sign. The same thing for hospital. I have so many medical doctors I'm paying, but I'm not a medical doctor. But they report to me. I just hire them, I pay. I look around, I said, who is the best medical doctor here? They can say, oh, we have this doctor. When the doctor come, I said, you know what? The doctor might say, oh, I'm being paid $100 per hour. I will say, I'll pay you $120. I have heard about you. Come and work with me. Most time I don't pull them. I say, walk over there, but work with me. In my nursing college now, I have 2 provosts. I'm paying her 2 provosts because you know what? I watch for the best school. I saw the provost. I say, ma'am, you have to train my own provost. I am paying her up to today because you know what? You need to grow. There will get to a time when I feel my provost or my school, we are now stronger enough to stand on our own. I will let her go. But I'm watching them. I know we still need that experience. I say, stay here because I am still planting that seed of professionalism. It's not yet time. I know when I will make it. So don't be scared. You just need somebody to focus you. But the first thing you do, whichever or wherever country you want to open, you have to be there physically to know what is. Look at the people around, people that will work for you. You will be over here. Most time you don't have to be there physically, or you have to visit home the first time. You look around, see the culture, see the people, talk to the government, the council, because you have to be within those people to be able to get what you want. Talk to the best teachers, talk to the best nurses. Hire more nurses and say, nurses, come here. How does it work? Because you know, in Africa, their way is quite different from our way. But the only thing you have to be in between them and then directly, bring out what you want them to do for you, especially with our system here. The nursing school I'm training now, yes, I'm training them the Nigerian package, but I'm bringing them my American system. I told them, you know what, I'm going to get you ready for the NCLEX. We are going to write NCLEX here. I'm combining the two curriculum because they need to have the license from Nigeria to be able, some of them that want to migrate to any places, they need to be a nurse in Nigeria before they can go to any place. So I will first of all train them with that Nigerian Nursing Council license curriculum before I can now start bringing the American, the Europe system. So it's a combined thing because I'm coming from international world. I will first of all teach them the healthcare in Nigeria and then tell them, this is how it works in America. We can combine it. I'm going to show them those things that makes maybe America great or their healthcare system. I show them the Nigerian way. Because when you come to America, when it comes to nurses, we have so many different ethnicity group here. So you have to obey the laws and everything. But when you come in Africa, it's just Africa. We don't have a Jewish who does not eat pork. We are not faced with so many lawsuits. In Africa, it is the nurses that matters, not the patient. But over here, it is the patient. So I have to tell them, in America, some of you that wants to travel, patients have the 100% rights, not you. You are like the servants there. For most Africa, it is those at the top that are the boss. So I'm kind of trying to combine this system for them. They are saying something different. So sisters and brothers here who wants to go back home, like I'm telling you, be strong. You just have to take the first step. Set the goal for yourself. And there's something, when I wanted to embark on this journey of going back home, of building, I was like, Mom, I only had $3,000 the first time I went back home. And my mom was telling me, I was saying, Mom, I don't have enough money. She called me, she said, Gloria, do not ever expect you are going to have $1 million to start any project. You can never have it. You just have to start with maybe $1. Once you set that goal, you will see it will fall through. I said, really? She said, yes. What you just need is management. Any project, I'm telling you, sisters and brothers, any project you want to do, be it here, be it in America, don't wait until you have $1 million in your account. No. You can start it even with $1,000. You can start it with $500. You just have to say, look, I'm going to do this. One day at a time. One day at a time. One block, one bag of cement, one laborer, and before you know it, you will build a mighty home, you will open schools, you will open hospitals. Thank you.
Isn't she amazing? Thank you. That was a master class you would have paid a lot of money to get. But we're doing it here at Africa's Brain Bank. Thank you so much, Sister Gloria. Thank you for trusting me. And I'm so blessed to know you, and we all are. Just like we're blessed to have everyone here. Thank you so much. Mr. Anchang, where are we? Controlling everything. Okay. So now let's move on with the question. But before we do that, I wanted to bring up someone that's been very dedicated. I met her here the first day I arrived, and she's also a titan by herself. You know what's so funny? There are so many women doing all these phenomenal things that I don't know if back home they will let us. But you know what? We are here, we're blessed. We have supportive brothers, supportive husbands, a supportive community. You know, in Africa, they say behind every successful man, there's a woman. In America, behind every successful woman, there's a man. And behind every successful man, there's a woman. That's what we love about America. It has its vices. But we really have to give honor to this country that has given us so much opportunity. And that we can take these opportunities and please not forget home where we come from, to go back and give something. Our governments have failed us. That is a fact. It's embarrassing and they should know. And you know what, when you get a chance, when you see those people come here, they become your friends. Every time, do you have dignitaries that come from your countries and they're your friends, but back home they will never rub shoulders with you. But when they come here, they want you to take them here, take them there, wine and dine them, and then they shop in the expensive stores, and you know back home we have no roads, we have no water, we have no electricity, and they're splurging when they come here. You know, we need to tell them. So I wanted to bring up a phenomenal titan who was in the medical field, and she's now an entrepreneur herself, Mrs. Sally Fomuso Tita One. I'm sure I've slaughtered your husband's name. I'll pay the dowry. Please come up here and tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been very quiet, but we see you, sister. We see you. So please come forward and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do. This is why we're here. Yes. Come here, amazing, remarkable woman. Please give her a round. Welcome her. Mr. DJ, give some music. Let's dance. Hey, DJ, music now. Hey. I've been looking for someone like you. You must be my lady, someone like you. Cause I am into someone like you. Hey, why I never believe you, yeah, someone like you. Yeah. All right. I've been calling, but she keeps on fighting. Thank you, DJ. I'd love to let her take this mic and tell you about herself. She's been working, helping Reverend Pam from day one, even before I got here. And I just wanted them to see you and know what you do, because we're here to share our resources and our talent. Please do.
Wow. Thank you so much, Big Sis. Good morning, everyone, or is it good afternoon? All protocols observed. I am so honored to be here. I'm shaking, you guys. I am not a public speaker at all. So bear with me, I'm a little nervous. But thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Sally Fomuso Titangwa. I am a mom, I'm a wife. I'm a mom, a wife first, to my lovely king, Mr. Thomas Titangwa. I am a mom of 3 adult children, a daughter, 27, a son, 25, and the youngest son is 20, soon to be 22. Yeah, I know I don't look like it, yeah. I want to thank my big sister, Reverend Dr. Pamela, for giving me this opportunity. I had the invitation to join the summit when it was hosted in California. I forgot how many years ago. 2 years ago? 2023. I was living in Canada then, and I had to obtain a visa to come to the US, and I gave my permanent residency, not a visa. Canadians don't need visa to come here. My residency was being processed for me to come to the United States, and unfortunately, the US Embassy had my passport for 4 months, so I couldn't attend. But I'm here, and I am so thankful to Reverend Dr. Pam for this opportunity. So I've been a nurse since 1997, so 28 plus years, and I have always had the mindset of being an entrepreneur. I've always done some kind of business on the side, but hearing from Sister Gloria, day before yesterday, I'm one of those who told her she's living my dream, because I have worked in nursing in different capacities. I've been a director of nursing for a home health agency. I've actually been a director for a hospice agency. I have talked about, recruiting nurses from Cameroon, training them and making sure that they have their NCLEX before coming here. So everything that she's doing is what I had thought about. Right? But I deviated from that and decided to retire from nursing last year to start my own businesses. So I bought a travel agency because I have a love for travel. Why a travel agency? I just don't want to be any travel agency, but I want to give people an experience, a different experience. It's not about visiting somewhere, but the experience that you get from visiting that country, that hotel, this event. I want to give people a different experience. And so I bought the agency without the franchise, with having no business experience as far as that was concerned. But I want to encourage someone here today who is afraid, who's letting fear overcome them, because I was scared. Leaving a job with a secure income, a secure salary, to start something that you're not even sure how it was going to go. But I remember the day that I paid the franchise fee, I sat on my bed and I wept, I cried. Two things, I was happy. The first thing, I was happy. The second thing, I was so scared. And I remember crying and telling God, I'm gonna do my best. I know that you gave me this opportunity for a reason. And I said, I have no experience with this, so I'm gonna work as hard as I can. But please, I'm leaving this in your hands. You make sure you bring me those customers, because I don't know where I'm gonna get them. And I promise you guys, until this day, I have not advertised, not once. The clients keep coming. I am busy. I have never been this busy in my life. I am organizing events, like from one event to another. So to God be the glory. And I say this to say that when He puts that desire in your heart, whether it's funding, like Sister Gloria said, He will fund it. He will go around the world to bring your people. I say that I'm not looking for somebody who's not looking for me, because you're not called to everybody and everybody is not called to you. So to that, I am so thankful. Being in this room, being around everybody here this weekend has been such an inspiration. Sitting in a room with millionaires and billionaires who are so willingly sharing their experiences, sharing knowledge, tips on how we as well can get to where they have been, on how we shouldn't make the same mistakes that they have made. It is priceless. I streamed live yesterday on TikTok. I am currently streaming live right now on Facebook, so that people should know what this summit is all about. If I did not come, I know what my big sister does, but being here present, the experience is different. So to all of you watching on Facebook, next year, let us go to Ghana. Labor Day weekend, September 1st through the 7th. Like my big sister said, we can start saving $100 right now. Secondly, I have a second business, somebody with no business experience. It's an online business. It's a digital marketing business. I am an affiliate marketer. We have the products back there. So we're talking here about wealth, but let's make sure that we're also healthy so that we can live to enjoy the money and to enjoy the wealth that we're building. So the products are back there. It is a water filtration system. We know that inflammation, acidity is what makes us sick. There are doctors here. I'm not a doctor, I'm a nurse. I have a little bit of experience in that. So what that machine does is that it takes your water and makes it into alkaline water, okay? And it has different pH levels. So I'll talk to you more about that. But the goal is to teach us how to leverage social media to be able to be financially independent, to be able to make money. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm really nervous, but thank you so much for this opportunity. And Big Sis, I want to register for the AI course.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, too much emotion going here. You're going to make me cry. We're going to start crying just for joy. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to try to be strong because this weekend has just been quite a journey. You know, sometimes when you're in your little corners, wherever you're from, you don't find the support system. But you come to a place like this and you find everybody just rooting for you. There's nothing better than this. This is as good as it gets. Thank you so much, Sally. Thank you for your journey. Thank you for your inspirational story. It'll wake other people up. Not everybody is called to. Sometimes, you know, when I started, I didn't think I was called to business. I said I'm not a businesswoman. I just have a vision for something, but I didn't know that I needed business to sustain that vision. I had a rude awakening. Luckily for me, I had my coach, my husband, he's been selling from the time he was born. The man was in secondary school selling his clothes to students. So I had the best coach. Yes. I had the best coach. So I'm just trying to say, today I'm an award-winning journalist from an international organization. I've earned lots of credits. The Los Angeles Times has profiled me. I've been on NPR, and I don't even know how all that happened. Just recognizing my vision. When we share, we're not sharing to boast. We're sharing to inspire. All I wanted to do was tell the story of myself as a little girl in Cameroon, my journey. And I had nowhere to publish that story. That's why I had the vision to create my own opportunity. And then I found out that I could tell other people's stories. And then I found out that I could be an advocate for others using that. And I wasn't going to talk about it at this summit, but I can say it. Maybe God is telling me to say it. Most recently, I'm going to cry. The reason is, I was so passionate about wanting to scale my business and I didn't know how. I feel like I had plateaued. And I had an opportunity. People will come, they'll promise, and they'll disappear. And then God sent me an angel. This guy is the founder of one of the biggest television networks. It's called E! Entertainment. And I'd interviewed him before. He's a child of immigrants. And another sister, a European sister, who was a publicist I work with, she said, talk to him about what you're doing. And my husband and I, he invited us, we went and talked to him. And the rest is history, and he's partnering with us to take our business to the next level. His name is Larry Namer. Larry, I want to thank you. And this fall, we'll be producing a podcast series called The Immigrant. We want to tell your stories. want to tell the stories of immigrants' journeys and their impact, not only in the United States, but beyond on a global scale. There are 350 million immigrants worldwide, and there are 46.1 million of them first generation here in America. And that demographic contributes $1.6 trillion in this country, and yet our contributions go unnoticed. Even the undocumented contribute in the trillions of dollars. They pay $576 billion in taxes in this country, and yet they're mistreated. And in all of this, our diaspora is 350 million strong and contributing again in the trillions of dollars to this economy and beyond. And yet we get the treatment we get. So Mr. Nehmer, founder of networks, not only in the United States, internationally and globally, wherever, said, Pamela, let's partner. Let's change the story. Let's put faces. Let's show Americans who the immigrants really are and what they do. What would a day be like without immigrants? As I'm here, he knows I'm here. And I sent him the Wall Street, yes, the article and all the experience. And he was like, so cool. And he said, congratulations to the summit. He would have been here, but he's not in New York, he's in Los Angeles. But I just want to say that all of us have a journey, have a story. You have to start from somewhere. You don't know where it will take you. So I'm really just blessed and grateful. And that's how I went into AI. And incidentally, he's also an AI person. So he's like, talk about AI. How we can use AI, because I talked about brain drain. He said, but Pamela, you know, you can stop brain drain now with the use of AI. Because now with AI, you can leverage, you can scale, you can build systems. You don't have to do everything by yourself. AI is really about you being the CEO that you've ever dreamed to be. As I'm here, my social media is functioning, my website is functioning, my marketing is functioning while I'm here. Because all the systems have been set in place. AI provides you the tools that you need for automation. If you have repeated tasks that you do and you're so tired every day, you have to do the same thing over and over, and you're just so tired, AI will provide you the agents to do those things. AI will be your assistant. That if I go to my phone, my AI will tell me, Pamela, this morning you had so-and-so messages on your Google. Do you want me, it will actually say, do you want me to respond? Yes, it will do that for you, but without invading your privacy. So I am a consultant. I've talked to a few of you who are worried about AI and privacy and taking your job and this and that. Please, like Gloria said, always speak to a consultant in the field. So I can help you with that. I'm certified, and I took my certification under somebody known as the queen of AI. Her name is Alicia Little. And she tells us all the time, tell them you train under me. She is a phenomenal African-American sister whose parents are also immigrants from Jamaica. And she's phenomenal. She's out of Atlanta, and she trained me. So I just want to say, we have all the resources here to stop the brain drain and to empower ourselves. You cannot do well for others if you're not doing well for yourself. Right? So let's build those systems. And on that note, I just want to thank you all. And I want to shout out my sister, Dr. Ndombi, Vivian Tanto Mondo, Mrs. Mondo. She's written this book, Embracing Your Authentic Self. We couldn't have had a better opportunity to embrace our authentic selves than be in a room like this. Don't be scared of embracing yourself. Yesterday, she took her first step. She spoke in front of an audience. Woo! I want us to give her virtual hugs because she was not feeling it. She was like, oh, I did this. I said, no, you broke that ice. I know Reverend Pam coached her. I coached her. She said, I've never spoken in front of people. I said, that's the first time. Like this one here too. So please, let's support each other. Let's embrace each other. Please grab a book from her. She's right there. Let's support each other by buying the book. How can we support each other if we don't support each other's businesses? My sister, Miss June, please, thank you so much.
I met this sister. Oh, look at her. She's wearing her toggle. Hey, Miss June. No, we have to see that. Come here, girl. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, yesterday. No, come here. You can't wear that and just go out like that. Come on, DJ, give us some music. Yay! Miss June, you can't wear this dress and just sit down there and not show it off. Come on now. This is beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, and I want to say it was given to me by the fabulous, wonderful, magnificent Dr. Pam, and I was so excited to wear it that when she gave it to me, I didn't take it off. So she told me, save it for next week. Can we give another round of applause for this dynamic, beautiful, cute sister from LA who's doing it up here? Has she not been outstanding? Do you know how hard this is to do? But I wanted to say this to you. You look beautiful, you look sharp, but I have a question for you.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I'm answering questions.
Seeing that you're gonna have a super successful podcast, right? Yes. I would like to know, how can we tell in the West what politicians in the U.S. support African initiatives? Because oftentimes we don't know.
That's right.
So we put these people in office that we think are supporting us, but we don't know. So I'm going to leave that answer to you, because I know that's going to be your mission, to let us know who we should vote for.
Oh my goodness. She went there. Miss June, you know, everybody knows what they're looking for.
You don't need to answer it.
No, I don't need to answer it right now, but I'm going to plant a seed. We say, well, if you are not sitting at the table, you will be where?
On the menu.
On the menu. Yes. Many of us sit on the sidelines and we don't get involved. And when the results come out and we're not happy, and then we grumble.
Yes.
Let me tell you what, when this election was called, and I don't know anybody's position, but I'm going to speak for myself, it didn't work out for me. But I know one thing.
It didn't work out for me.
All right, thank you. But I know one thing, I did my best.
Yes.
Do your best. Vote for people that will work for your interests and the interests of your people. Do not vote selfishly. We have a lot of our people that say, oh, but it's going to lower my taxes, da, 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 da. And I kept saying to them, do you have relatives back home? Do you have brothers that want to come here? Do you have brothers and sisters who are not in their correct status? What is the 30 pieces of silver worth?
Wow.
And you know what? Ever since, I don't want to hear it. They now, oh, this and that, I don't want to hear it. That's what you wanted, you got it. That's all I'll say. So this is what I'll leave with you. When you say you don't do politics, politics will do you. You don't have to be affiliated even with any political party. You can vote, you can engage personally on issues. I know what issues I care for. You know what issues you care for. But most importantly, at this Brain Drain Summit, at this summit where we are talking about the survival of our race, of our people, I think we should be voting collectively. I think we should become the bloc that they come to and ask for our endorsements. I think people of African descent, and especially immigrants, should have a voice at the table. We should have an office of immigration at the White House, because they make decisions about us without knowing who we are. I just told you the numbers. We contribute $1.6 trillion and counting to this economy. The African diaspora is 350 million, and the majority of them are here in the United States, percentage-wise. So, Ms. June, I hope I've answered your question. Thank you. Now, let's wrap it up, because we're going to end on a happy note. We've learned a lot. I don't know if anybody had any questions for the panelists. Is there anyone that has a pressing question that they must have answered?
Sally has something.
All right. Miss Sally, you had something? And then Francis, Honorable Francis, don't go too far because she's not going to talk too long. Right. And then we can plan for the party tonight.
It's not a question, it's just something I forgot to mention when I was talking about the digital space. That Forbes magazine projects that the digital space combined by the year 2030 will be 1.5 trillion with a T dollars. So where are we? Are we positioning ourselves to get a piece of that pie? Think about that.
Thank you for making my point. And to answer that question also, please, I encourage you. I know I might not get a chance to speak to some of you, but if you're really curious about AI, you want to talk to me, if you miss me, all you have to do is go to my website, www.imimedia.com. www.imimedia.com. There you can book an appointment with me, and you can also take an assessment. I have a little 3-minute assessment quiz there. You take that assessment, and it will tell me and tell you your levels, that we can have that meeting and then help you based on what you really need. So we don't teach you things you don't need. All in AI you need to know is the things, know the tools that work for you. You don't have to know everything, but I have to know those things. At least I need to know where to get the resources for you. So just go to imimedia.com and take the assessment, or just book an appointment with me, 30 minutes, and we'll have that consultation. Okay, so let's hear Honorable Francis.
Can you WhatsApp me? I need to put it on the screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Reverend Pam. And while we're doing this, where are my helpers? Where are they? Oh, there, well, that's one. Where are my tap send helpers? Angwi and me, and my helpers went without. They didn't clock out. IMI Media, IMMI. IMI and then media, MEDIA.com. No, you put too many M's or something. IMI, IMMI, and then media, ME. Yeah, .com. There you go. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Stop wasting time and budget on campaigns that miss the mark. Let's build a bridge to a growing $1.6 trillion market. So take a 3-minute scorecard. It will give you your assessment right away. It give you, and then you can book a call with me and we can take it from there. And that's a test. You don't need to be a tech expert to thrive with AI. And just take that little assessment there. All right? Thank you. We can just leave that on so they can see. Thank you. And here are the businesses that we've worked with. We've worked with Disney, we've worked with Los Angeles, so many different companies and organizations. So we are very, very, very experienced in working with brands. So Honorable Francis, here you go.
Thank you very much. You're doing a good job. Thank you. Great. Yes, so our guests are from Kenya. We appreciate the number of attempts on your life that you have survived. We do appreciate and we stand with you. What I want to say is that the diaspora already see Africa as a jungle where things are not done right. So statements like this will feed into that perception and will discourage a lot of you from coming home to do what is needful. I want to say that this is an isolated situation or case. African countries are doing well now, and don't be in any way be afraid to come back home to invest. You heard our speakers from yesterday, all manner of things they are doing in Africa. Ghana, for instance, political stability is guaranteed. There's no way you fight for the government or the people, and somebody will come after your life in this way. It will never happen in Ghana. We believe in rule of law, and we have successfully handed over from one political party with a different ideology to the other for some time now. And I know Botswana, Tanzania, and other countries are doing the same. I know Burkina Faso, like you mentioned, they are all striving to do so. So there are other brilliant examples also on the continent. I will still encourage you with a free African free continental trade area worth of over $4 trillion US. It's a big market opportunity for everybody. So please, this is an isolated situation. And don't say that, we said it. Africa is a big jungle. If you go there, they will eat you up. Even the man who is fighting for the right thing, look at how they are going after his life. It's an isolated situation. And that should not be the reason why you would decide not to come to Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Francis. And I'm going to say, I know that Dr. Kinithi was not talking about the people of Africa. He's talking about the systems that we're fighting. We're fighting them and they're fighting us. And we're fighting for the people, and the people love us. Right? That's what we're referring to. Thank you. Question over there. Where's my helper? Do you have a microphone to give? Okay, here we go. Okay, go ahead and ask your question. Who's the question addressed to?
Well, I think it's somewhat of a general question. If I were to just give a little background, I studied here, and at a certain point, I love Africa so much that I went back and I spent about 10 years there. I even took my children, even me and she didn't go, she visited one time. And my children went to school there. I love what is going on here. However, I would just like to throw in a little perspective that in as much as I have a predominantly science background, from 2017, I realized that history is very, very important based on what is happening in Cameroon. When I started digging into the history, it explains a lot of the things that are happening here. If we do not get to the point where we're digging to understand those historical facts, it makes it very difficult. In 2012, in 2012, I pretty much. In 2012, I pretty much packed my stuff and I left the country. But in 2017, I was forced to come back when the war started in the southern Cameroons, and I'd done a lot there already. And when I started asking why all of this is happening, is that I realized that I was not a good history student. What I have learned is that it doesn't matter how many PhDs you have in science and all of that. If you meet someone who has one PhD in history, you're going to be at the mercy of that person. So I think that the importance of history to us is very important. What I realized is, just to give context to the point I'm making, I started studying and I realized that the Bantu people come from the southern Cameroons area, the area there. And that the majority of the people all over Africa, they migrated and they're doing a lot of things. Bantu man will fight for his land, his wife, and his children. That's a common thing with them. And when they were dividing all of those places, the reason why they had to make sure that places like the southern Cameroon stayed problematic was that that was the bastion of the Bantu people. I saw a video recorded sometime in 1950 or so where the Africans in South Africa were saying that they don't have any problems in South Africa. The only problem they have are the Bantu people. And so there is a history to that. Unfortunately, the same forces we are fighting about, they understand so much about us and our history to the point where we're always at their mercy. A lot of things have been said. I think Sister Gloria, she said, you don't have to have the business idea, build the system. And if you talked about that, the AI. I think that we need to have a system within which all of these things can happen. There's nothing we study in business school, the cultural environment of business. One of the things I also realized, which I had to learn fast, was that I came from America with an American mindset, and I wanted to impose my ideas and everything onto people who think differently. I think Dr. Berger is the one who says we are spiritual people, but sometimes we stay here and we become diverted so much that we change so much that we don't know, and we're going back with a mindset that is foreign to the people who are there, and we don't serve their interests. So that's another thing that history taught me. So I just wanted to throw this here to see if there's some more stuff that we can dig into that there, because one of the things we're doing is that we run a school in the Southern Cameroon there, and one of the things I've decided to do is that I have decided to focus on a lot of history, because I realize that if children do not understand history, then the systems we are fighting, we do not understand that the forces that are behind them are greater than the people who they think are creating the problem. And that's what makes it so easy for the problems to persist, because you are looking at the wrong person to solve the problem, when some of those people in power are the same people who revolted against the independence of their own country as students in those places and the presidents of those countries today. I don't want to get too political.
Oh my gosh, what a perspective. You kind of just, you kind of just wrapped up what the historians, Dr. May and Dr. Kennedy were talking about. I think that about sums it up in another perspective, right, doctors? Absolutely. Thank you so much. But can you please introduce yourself so at least we know who you are and maybe people want to connect with you?
Cannot tell. His pretty image is right there looking at you.
Baby, no.
Okay.
Listen, let the man speak for himself. All right.
Okay, my name is Mr. Fru Tadzom. I guess a lot of people know Dr. B.
Yes.
She's my younger sister. I did my professionally, I went to school in College Park. I did food processing technology. Then I did an MBA at Bowie State University, and I worked here for a little bit, then traveled to Africa, did what I had to do there. The war chased me out. So I'm back here, and I just want to understand what's happening in life, and that's how my school of history started. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother, because we have to know, we're here to share that talent and know each other so we know where to go to for resources. So thank you.
I have to say something, and I'm so proud of you for insisting that he introduced himself. I have been looking for you since 2023. I've been looking for someone who said food processing, what? I'm taking you to Ghana.
Now you're
with me, because 40% of the produce from there goes to waste because of lack of food processing. And I think we need to shut down and get ready for. So Mr. Peter and his crew can get a break. So we need to shut down, and we need to be back here no later. If you come 1 minute after 6, you'll pay a late fee.
So thank you. And if you have any more questions, please meet the panelists individually, and they can always answer your questions. And thank you so much. It's been an honor serving you today. Looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.